Bam, there it is. It takes a second though. It never comes up in my YouTube right away.
That's fair.
We're ring dinging it right now.
We're live right now.
Okay. Hello, guys. Thanks for all tuning in, even though no one's probably here yet because we just went live 2 seconds ago. But when you watch this in past tense,
Yeah.
it's episode 13 we were just
No,
discussing.
16.
16. I'm way off. It's 16 we're just discussing. And yeah, so Tuesday stream, we're going into a few things. We're hoping to have a guest on later. I'm not going to say who it is or anything yet, just because I need it to be locked in and we're still talking on my phone. If you guys see me fiddling with my phone or looking away, it's because I'm probably just DMing him. So bear with me. But yeah, we're just going to probably kind of ease into a discussion, I'm sure. Is there anything you guys want to start off with or?
Start off with? Nothing.
All right, let's talk
I
about
think we should talk.
Montana.
Oh yeah, Montana. I think Montana is something we should talk about. It's going to be
So,
huge.
yeah, those of you that have been keeping up with us, we're running Dion from Montana. Got to meet him on Saturday. Awesome dude. It was nice to meet you, man. I'm sure I'll see you more again. But Brian and Dion are putting together a super match card. It's called Armsageddon, North Border Rivals, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, that's what he called it, I think.
Yeah.
Sure.
So basically, they're from the States, so they look at us as Northern. For us, it's Southern, but we're meeting at the United States border in Great Falls, Montana. And we are having a stacked card, you guys. Let me tell you, I went down there with Matt Mask and Len Houghton on Saturday, and we went to a big practice, and they have some killers down there. We have some really fun matches lined up. I'm not saying we don't have killers here. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, we got good guys here, but they are also they're an underrated state, man. Let me tell you, they got big things going on there too. Um, they're trying to set up that all natty league. They got this Armsageddon. They got the Montana Armbender. They have things going for them, and they have the firepower to do it. I'm really excited for these matches that we're all having, and as they all get announced, I know we'll go live and do a more in-depth talk of it. For now, we're just going to be talking generally about the event because bangers just keep getting dropped. They added
22
Travis
of them.
Robertson, 22 super
22
matches.
matches, yeah.
Be crazy. And like high-level super matches. For out west, after I pulled with the Montana guys, you could argue that this is like some of the best Western up-and-comers who people don't know of yet. Like, there's a lot of guys who have a great opportunity to make a name for themselves at this event.
Yeah.
And I think that's super awesome.
And the rivalry that we're going to be building, right?
A rivalry and a friendship. Because
Yeah.
let me tell you, we're going to be rivals on the table. But when we need allies, if we're ever doing like a North America East versus West down the line one day,
Oh, that's
we
the
want
next one
these
is.
guys.
The next one
We
is.
want these guys on our team, man. They are fun. They're good. Especially because, dude, we're so used to the Canadian laws up here. We're just chilling there. They just got pistols on their hip. I feel like it's in the Wild West, man.
That's what I want here. If we have
Dude, me too.
yeah.
All you need is a Montana residence card, and you can buy any gun and carry it there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
That's the way it should be. You know what? You know where the lowest crime is? Where the guns are.
Montana.
Where the guns are. That's
When
crime low.
when Buddy in front of you is buying his can of beans and he's got a pistol on each hip,
Yeah.
I don't want to rob the till guy anymore.
No, no. And all these, all the shootings are always in those gun-free zones and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
Well, people
I
get
saw this I saw this meme one time. It was this guy like pointing a gun at this other guy, and the guy's like, "Joke's on you, man. This is a gun-free zone." That's just yeah. But anyways, that's a side note. But yeah, Matt, Len and I drove down there Saturday morning and we did like a 5 hour practice. I don't even want to say seminar because like it was never like a stand and talk thing. But I think we really spread some knowledge to those guys. That was good. Like they spread knowledge to us, but we showed them a lot of tips and tricks. I think that will make our super matches a little more interesting as well. Obviously, I'm not telling them everything about my teammates or whatnot, but spreading general knowledge, and then they'll do the same. But yeah, guys, like 22 super matches, that's crazy. I'm on the card, Zach's on the card, Brian's on the card. We got so many other names that are like good names.
Yep. Travis Robertson. We got
Brad
Brad
Prince.
Prinz.
What's that guy from
Up and coming.
Calgary's name again? Francis?
Patrick. We got
Patrick,
yeah, we got
France,
Francis. Francis
Austin.
is actually getting pretty good pretty quick, actually.
Yeah.
I remember his first day, his first practice, and he's come a long way, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of those guys have. And then and then there's you, me, who's there's 22 matches. Oh, because Zach's got two.
Travis has two.
Travis has two. Yeah. So that's like 4 matches just with the two guys, right? So
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of everybody that got it. Oh, Mike Schaff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Corbin.
Corbin Schaff. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Mike and Corbin both got a match.
Bree.
Yeah, Bree, my daughter's got a match. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's her first
Jared.
official one. Yeah, Jared. Yeah, can't forget Jared.
Yeah, dude.
The guys, if we're gonna listen here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I like Jared's matchup for him, actually.
Yeah. Oh, just so you guys know, I can't see the YouTube chat today, so feel free to cut me off whenever if you see lots of activity.
I'll take a look.
But
yeah.
Tim Geeb is saying, "Wish I could have made it to learn some tips. I need all I can get."
Okay. He must be from
Well,
Montana. Yeah.
you know what? We had a great time, and they showed a lot of good support to Matt, even myself. I know I was just there as a guest as well. It was for Matt, but the hospitality was awesome. And I know that Matt would want to go back in a heartbeat and pull with them guys. There's one guy there. I can't think of his last name right now. I met a lot of guys, but Logan, he had busted his right arm, but his left arm, man, he was giving Matt a go. Like not a crazy
I've seen
go.
a video. I seen a video, and he's newer too, just really strong.
Yeah, he definitely impressed everyone. Well, they knew, but he impressed us, and Matt was very hats off to him. Obviously Matt's on another level, so like it's good for them guys to feel that too. But it's nice for Matt too, because when he's pulling different arms and then an angle might surprise him or whatnot, so that's always exciting for him. So it was a really good time. And then yeah, Great Falls is just awesome, man. It's like the Wild West out there compared to here, which I love.
Yeah.
And they were just in this garage. They had like 7 tables set up. The tables were like full the whole time. People were just wanting to arm wrestle, just get down to it. And then as the practice went on, people were not leaving. They were showing up, which was super cool. And then the people who were there at the start just kept pulling. So
well, you know what? Montana is actually the same as here as far as weather. They get Chinooks just like we do too.
oh yeah, and let me tell you, it wasn't raining there. The sun was out. It was warmer than here by significant. I heard on Saturday you guys had a rain. We had like good weather.
We're just in our rainy season right now. It's gonna rain till Sunday.
Yeah, then it'll snow.
We got provincials, and you got your match this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's exciting.
Talk a little about that. How's your nerves? You good?
Oh man, I'm excited. I fly out tomorrow. Fly out tomorrow.
Nice.
Here's the thing. I am the second match of the pay-per-view, but I'm like the 7th match of the card. So I think Friday night for me is gonna be Friday's the night when I won't be nervous, but I'll get antsy and I'll just want to get it over with. So I'm just like that's the kind of night my dad says, like, let's go watch a movie, something to kind of keep my mind off it as much as possible, because at that point I'm literally all I'm thinking about. But like Zach knows this, you know this. I've done the preparation now. I had a really good practice on Saturday, and now I'm just resting, giving myself a 7-day taper, which is more than what I need, I believe. I'm gonna watch a few matches before me and see how the referees are, and then I'm gonna go. And I'm either strong enough and I'm smart enough, or I'm not, right? So like, there's nothing to be nervous about. It's an awesome opportunity Ian has presented me. I'm like super thankful that he's willing to throw me on a pay-per-view. He could have not got me a match and just went for a more like popular kind of route, but he's willing to let these up and coming guys go, which is super awesome. And I mean, I'm going to take with it what it is. I'm going to seize the moment. I'm going to walk up on stage. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have my little Mac jersey on with my name on the back. My dad's
Yeah.
going to be in my corner. My mom and sister are going to be in the
Oh,
crowd.
that's awesome.
Going to have Sean and Josh there. All my friends and family watching. They've all bought the pay-per-view.
I
That's
bought
one
it
thing.
already. I
Yeah,
bought it
see,
already.
that's one thing I can't get used to is like thinking that people are going to be watching me. So that's
You
kind of
like it. Come on.
I like it, but the
Yeah.
podcast has helped in that sense, actually, though. But like just the fact that I'm going to be like competing and there's a win or lose scenario there, and like people are going to see that firsthand is somewhat like there's no filtering, there's nothing. You're just there and you're in the moment, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
but no, it'll be good. And then Sean
Yeah.
pulls right after me.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jason
actually,
Constantini. Yeah.
yeah, I've been meaning to make a video on this, but I'll just say it on here. The pay-per-view card starts at 12 Eastern, which is 10 a.m. Alberta time.
Yeah.
Now, Ian has told me in advance that he is thinking that my match will start at 10:15. He's planning on doing a match every 15 minutes. So this is going to be a very fast moving and a very high moving event. So to anybody that's tuning in to watch me or the Alberta boys, I would get settled in sooner rather than later, because the way this rule set is set up is they want to just bang through matches as fast as they can. You get your 15 minutes of fame, you get to be on the table. It's a lot less hand fighting, a lot less working. Ian said it a few times on a few other podcasts I've seen, but he wants the fighting to be after the go. He wants as close your thumbs, close your hands in the strap setup, and he wants to go. If Brian and I are arm wrestling each other and Brian doesn't want the strap, but I want it, it's too bad for Brian. It goes straight to
But
the
if we
strap.
slip, it's fouls on both of us.
And if you slip, it's fouls. So like, and if you slip first match and it is fouls, it straps every match after that. It doesn't go back to a no strap. So
Yeah.
pretty much you get one chance outside of the straps if you can
What,
hold
for the whole match?
Yeah.
Oh, so even if like you get a pin, it's just going to be straps the rest of the way?
No, sorry. If it slips, it's automatic straps for the rest of the match.
Oh, that
from what I've
match.
gathered.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
if let's say you're pulling and you pin me and outside of the straps, then we will go outside of the straps again.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then yeah, Sean's pulling Jason. I know he's going to be ready. Had a little chat with him earlier today. Josh is pulling Rick, so super exciting. Lots of other matches on the card people need to get hyped about. So, if you guys haven't seen yet, too, Aussie Arm Wrestler, I'm going to shout him out because he shouted me out on his stream the other day.
Nice.
Predicted my match, Sean's match, Josh's match. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I would definitely recommend you guys tune in. Him and Uncle John are hilarious, and they talked about mine and Sean's match for like 15, 20 minutes. It was super awesome. Yeah. So, no, good stuff going on with that. And then tournament to follow. We'll see how my arm is feeling afterwards. See who's in the class, depending on if I'll join or not. If I'm absolutely cooked, I don't want these guys whooping me and then feel like I beat that guy. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
We'll see what
another thing about Montana. So, because there's 22 super matches, I don't think there's going to be an event too.
That's fair though, and you know what?
That's fair. And then you can put all the energy into the super matches. So,
as for a promoter, that's like a better standpoint, I would argue. Anyways, like if you're gonna do a lot of super matches, just focus on the super matches.
And you guys didn't get no challenge, no cash challenges or nothing? No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Did you?
Yeah.
And did you accept?
Well, I had to. I would. But I wasn't I wasn't confident enough to go $2,000. I can tell you that.
As much as like I want to think about that match after Saturday, I'm honing in on that match. I'll talk to Dalton. Right. I mean, I'm not made of money or nothing, but if he wants to throw like, I don't know, $100 or something, we could look into that. That'd be fun. Gets everyone a little more motivated and stuff.
Well, I think, it's too bad about that $1,000, that thing I posted about. And yeah, Jake Houston, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I just assumed everybody was from Montana when I made that post. But yeah, because like I'd really like someone to step up and pull him.
Yeah.
I mean, I seen a video, I'm pretty sure, of Ty pinning him pretty quickly last year.
Yeah.
So,
We need to get Ty
he is
back on the
beautiful.
table, man.
I know Ty, yeah, we got to get him healed up. Would have been
Mhm.
nice to bring him along too.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, it is what it is. Like, it'll be a fun super match. The video production down there looks really good. They seem to have something well going, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. I
But
wonder, is
not,
there any? Are you guys able to track the pay-per-view buys? Did he give you any kind of no ability to do that?
I think he can, but I haven't heard. I know,
There'll be
like,
quite
at
a
least
few. There'll be quite a few.
there'll be. I'm
Yeah.
confident in the Alberta buys for sure.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I know we have a lot of people supporting and bringing 3 people like that together in Alberta to go
Yeah.
present somewhere else is usually gets views. And like, I have a lot of family members and people who've used the code just to watch me, and I'm sure Sean and Josh have the exact same thing. So
I'm gonna be reminding people Friday night. Like if I go to weigh-ins and I see people, I'm just gonna be like, remember guys, we got, when you're not busy, tune into the Mac arm wrestling.
well, and if you use promo code Alberta, it makes
Yeah.
it the early bird deadline's over, but it's 12 USD. So I think it's like $15 total.
Yeah.
And then, like I've said it many times now, $15 gets halved pretty much, and then half of that comes back to us 3, which makes its way back into the arm wrestling system anyways. So you're pretty much paying, $750 for to get to watch. I think it's like 22 total matches, 16 pay-per-view matches, and then like I don't know, 6 or something other matches.
Oh, and good news. My brachialis is the best it's ever felt since I started arm wrestling.
Let's go.
Hey.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
actually,
feel good. No
that,
pain right now. Yeah.
that was one big thing about Montana. Let me tell you, I pulled my left, haven't pulled it in a while, and it felt good.
Right
Last
on.
time I pulled it was with Uzak, and it felt probably 4 to 5 times better in all positions.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it feels good right now. So see what goes on with that eventually. But no, that's good. And then what other events were this weekend? Wasn't Knuckles up this weekend or last weekend?
Last weekend. Yep. Yep.
Yep. It just
Good
happened.
Good
matches
matches,
there.
man. There were some good matches. I liked them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Someone's
Zach,
got to
did you
beat
watch
this
a lot of
Camille
them?
guy. I watched the main event. I watched the Tom Holland one because that was a banger. And then I watched there's some I watched another one.
I watched the Merlot, Jason Merlot versus
The
Mario
Mario Tambakis.
Bacchus. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Uncle John versus Roger.
Oh, that's the one I watched, Uncle John.
Yeah.
Roger learned, yeah.
Yeah, I see. I thought Uncle John, that was a battle of the buckle because it seemed like whoever didn't have the buckle won. So
Yeah.
yeah, because when John didn't have the buckle, he won, and when Roger didn't have the buckle, he won, and it was like that. So basically, the first match, pretty much decided the whole thing.
It's true. There might be some behind that buckle.
There is,
But-
I mean, it's webbing. It's your ability to get your webbing higher than the other guy. Because
Do you think it's the actual buckle, or do you think it's the fact that the referee pulls from that side?
Well, I think both. So I think the buckle acts as a little bit of a block when you're trying to rise and get the maximum height. I think that you get restricted, and also your hands constantly getting pulled down, right? So you have to fight
All
for
match
that
twists.
height of the webbing. So anybody that says the buckle don't matter, like, and there's no proof, it's like, yeah, there is. For one, the webbing gets pulled down on the buckle side, and for two, when you try to rise and get that height, the buckle makes an obstruction, and you can't. It's harder to get that height on the hand. And if you watch the Uncle John match, every single time he didn't have the buckle, he was able to get the height, and he got the hand, he got the pin. And when he had the buckle, he tried, and his hand just couldn't go up, and then he got pulled with because Roger has good side pressure, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was actually a match that actually proves, like in my mind, it helps prove the buckle theory, because I've heard a lot of crap about the buckle, and I mean, it's pretty obvious how you can be disadvantaged with the buckle side, right?
So do you think you can work your way out of the buckle being a disadvantage if you cheat enough? and the ref lets you get away with it?
Oh,
Or do
you know what? You can minimize it. You can minimize it by maintaining and readjusting and always making sure that you correct your webbing, right? Yeah, like you're gonna have to work with the ref's gonna be watching too, right? And shit. But
it's
yeah,
just
I mean,
harder?
there's you got to focus on that though. Try to take away that advantage and keep your webbing high, like just something you got to watch, right, in the setup. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
especially if
No,
you're a high knuckle or even a low hand top roll, you're still driving and you're still gonna, you know what I mean? You're still gonna want to have that force going upwards when you're coming over, right? So yeah,
so if you could only pick one top roll to do for the rest of your life, would you do a high posting or a low hand?
low hand.
High posting for me.
Yeah, well, low hand for me because I don't have the speed, and low hand's more defensive. If I get caught by speed, a low hand,
Gives you
it
more
just
time to
suits me
react.
more. Yeah, like I'm not that bam to the pad guy, right? So a low hand is gonna protect me, and you know what I mean. For Zach, yes, he's quick. He's got fast twitch fibers. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think a high knuckle would be better for Zach for sure. I think it's totally based on.
I think it bases on arm length too.
Yeah, and then my weight class, my arm is relatively not very long in my weight class. My
Yeah.
lever isn't long, no, but my hand's good. It makes up for it a bit.
Do you think that the not relatively long lever though would help you be able to get your arm maybe from like this to like this?
Faster, easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I can just get really high like this on my
Yeah.
tricep pretty easy.
Because I think
Yeah.
that's why Zach likes the high hand or like posting
Mhm.
because he can set up like this
Yep, yep,
and people have to come to him.
yeah.
Whereas for me, I would
Gotta
like the
come
high
down
post
or
if I
come
could set
back.
up like this.
I can't reach.
But
My webbing will be down here.
Yeah, yeah.
they're gonna make me go like
You're gonna
this
move your
and
elbow
bring my
back.
elbow back. And so
Yeah.
I think like I mean it depends on who you're
But
pulling
it
to.
depends if you're driving up, like on the go, even if you're back, if you're driving up and then just forcing it onto the try, then you're gonna have everything. You're gonna have the guy's hand just, you know what I mean? So if you use it as a momentum swing to go up high, I don't think it would disadvantage you. You just have to switch
That's
the way you pull.
one video I like to example that is if you watch Alexander, his, he's the Georgian guy from Ontario, the younger guy. I can never
Oh
say
yeah, I
his
know who you're
last
talking about. I
name.
know, yeah. He won nationals for in the youth when he was younger.
It's not that I don't know him. It's just that I like the guy a lot, and I would feel like a dick if I said his last name wrong. So I always just describe him because if he ever watches this, I would feel bad saying his last name wrong. But when he pulled that guy who pulled it East versus West and pulled him left-handed, he did that very well. He like shot forward and he got up like this, and he was just constantly pushing and causing back pressure, and that guy couldn't activate his side, couldn't activate his side.
Yeah, because you can disable it. You can totally disable it. And by doing that, a lot of times what happens is also now you're pronated and you got the hand, right?
Yeah.
So now and then when they drive sideways, instead of your arm, it pushes the force down into your elbow into the pad instead of So it negates the side pressure because it's just being wasted by pushing down into the pad against the guy's elbow, right?
Yeah. Whereas low hand, I would say, is more to kind of block someone from sucking you into a hook, like completely sucking you in. Like high posting can do that.
Function, yeah.
Low hand's great against the hook. It's helped me out. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's especially if you can you can create separation. It's like
it works pretty good. Actually, you know what? A low hand, when it's done right, if he hits blast too much sideways, he'll lose his hand just from blasting sideways.
You almost have to like high hook or do something to try to mitigate what they're trying to take.
I would argue that high hook is the best counter to a low hand.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you kind of have to because it's the only angle where you're actually getting leverage advantage.
But it's tough in the strap because if you're high hooking and he's still pulling you backwards,
he'll separate you onto your bicep or brack and then have his lat on your brack. You're not gonna be able to hold him.
Yeah, so it's tough.
You won't be able to transfer to your bracket unless you go underneath them, and then.
But you can transition easy from a high hook though. It's a nice.
It gives you options. It does give you options.
Nice, because I mean, if you're in the high hook, if you If you need to go in, you can. If you need to come out, you can come out.
Yeah, no,
Like,
for
it's a
sure.
good position. Yeah.
You need a lot of cup for a high hook, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cup's super important.
Yeah, my high hook isn't really even a high hook. It's just basically keep everything, not lose everything, right? And then I do whatever from there.
I
can't-
high hook, but it just ends up being a top roll because I want to go that way.
Yeah.
Right.
An okay high hook. It's all right.
Sometimes mine just goes right to side pressure and then a press to finish. That's what I
Press is cool. My triceps are like, buddy.
yeah, they don't like it. They want to
They're
explode.
they're like, buddy, we're so small. Use the bigger muscles.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Use those.
I like the tricep press. Yeah, because I'm too slow to get up and shoulder roll.
I do a combination shoulder roll
Yeah.
tricep press
Yeah.
because it's like a speed thing.
Yeah.
Well,
you
and your
gotta use
frame
all
is
the
like
activated
for your
muscle.
weight, your frame is nutty.
Yeah, I'd say.
Like frame wise, you have probably like one of the most solid frames in Alberta. There's like a few people that would be close, but like
Yeah, I
yeah,
think it's a limit. You just gotta just keep competing as much as you
because
can.
you can like sit there and take a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
It's
because
different.
at his weight class, right? Like he's a beast, you know.
yeah, which is why it'll be nice for you to go down to Montana
146, baby. That's how much I weigh right now.
because there's some
Mhm.
guys in that 154 class down there that like will be good for you to train with because same weight, same height, same ish arm length and stuff. And so
I'm exactly 2 of Zach.
292.
Yeah, well, I bounce around.
Yeah.
I got down to like 270, and then I don't know what happened. I didn't change anything. It just I started slowly gaining weight again. So
Uh,
I
it
mean, I'm
happens.
working out more now though, so it might be just that I was burning fat and then now I'm making muscle. I'm not sure.
That could be it. That could be it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
The
feeling
fat
So
was
stronger?
burning. Yeah.
What was your guys' favorite match from Knuckles Up?
I only saw a couple. I saw that Tom Holland one was pretty good.
It was pretty good, man. And
Yeah,
that
those.
Korean guy, what's his name?
Baek Sung Yul.
Yeah,
Baek Sung Yul.
yeah, they got some killers, man, there in Korea.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
Like,
I want to go to like Japan and do an arm sumo.
do some freestyle shit.
Freedom.
Freedom. Yeah.
Freestyle arm wrestling. That's what we got to call it now.
Yeah. Well, you know what we should do in the club? We should bring in a freestyle table.
We need a Mac table. We need a Freedom table, and then just you can do whatever you want.
Well, see, I was gonna because Ian was gonna send me the blueprints and everything, and the guy that was gonna do it now he's ill.
Oh,
Yeah, so I was gonna work on having those Mac tables built here in Alberta, but
yeah.
maybe somebody else comes up and gets it done. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I plan on Friday. Like that's one thing I plan on doing. Friday is I expect like I want to put some of my time on a Mac table.
Yeah, I would recommend that.
It
Well,
won't take me long. It won't take me long, I don't think. But I'd like to have a general understanding of
I think
how different it is.
I can't see it affecting you negatively. Like, it'd be different if the pads were 4x4 and all of a sudden it's this new, you know what I mean? Like real awkward way. But this is like a big pad, man. 10x8. It's not 10x10.
And yeah, oh yeah, I heard 10x8. I've been saying that wrong so long.
Yeah, I just saw it correct you now. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and I agree. And I think we're like very good technically here. And so I feel like the more room you give us, the more we can use our technicalities. So I think it'll just even itself out, really. I'm not like worried about it. I'm not super excited for it. I'm excited to try something new and see the route and some ingenuity in that sense, but I'm not dying either way in that sense. So, I mean, it'll be interesting.
When you're pulling with Zach Wild, or no, who you're pulling?
Matt Wilds.
Matt Wild. Okay.
Yeah. Is there any questions in the comments, Brian? It bugs me that
I've been looking.
Okay.
No, just comments, but no, I haven't seen really questions.
Dakota, what did you think of Hunter?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, there was one right at the end.
Hunter.
Hunter
That's a question.
Braxton? Is that the
Hunter
guy?
Braxton.
Bratton. Dude, I'm just talking to that guy on Instagram like 20 minutes ago. He's sweet, man. He's a good arm wrestler. Said he's been pulling 14 years. He's 24, so he would have started when he was 10.
He'd be good. Yeah.
He's well put together. Yeah, no, it was good. I think he really enjoyed pulling with Matt and I. It was good for him. He was probably close to one of the strongest pound for pound guys at that club. Like, and there was a few clubs there, and he was up there. Definitely, like on the car ride home, Matt and I were like very impressed with him. He was good.
Yeah, I think people came from all over Montana for that.
Yeah, like we were impressed with a lot of guys, and like everyone pulled well, but he definitely stood out. That's what I'll say.
And who's up against him?
Austin.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Austin.
Well, Austin's hands. You know what? He's just gonna have to rely on that hand.
I'm not counting Austin out.
I'm not counting him out, but he's got a tough match.
Austin is gonna have to fight, and if Austin wins this match,
He's a grinder.
It will be a grinder, and it will be his greatest victory by far,
Sure. Yeah.
and that'll be something he should be very proud of. But with that being said, I'm gonna get Austin as ready as I can. Hunter, if you see this, man, you're awesome. But right now I'm Team Alberta, boy, and I gotta train my guy Austin as much as I can. So it's gonna be good. We're gonna get him locked in because I don't have a pushover either. Dalton Waller. Dalton, I think his name.
Dalton something. Yeah.
Dalton Waller. They were hyping him up, man. I don't know if they were just hyping him up to scare me or if this guy's a real deal, but he definitely, he's big dude, right? I'm gonna come in heavy.
He looks big. He looks big, yeah.
I'm gonna come in heavy, man. I got like 20 pounds to gain.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah.
How did the rest of them feel like?
Dude, the guy you're pulling, Nicholas,
Yeah.
He's a redneck version of you, man.
Is he? Dude, I'm kind of already redneck when you think about it. So
no, he's like Montana.
State's redneck. Yeah.
I was talking to him, and I'm like, dude, I'm so excited for you and Zach to arm wrestle. It's gonna be like a mirror image of each other. It was funny. What did he say? Oh, we were talking about like if he's gonna smack talk at the table, and he's like, no, I don't really think I could. I don't know if I want to smack talk. I say I might, but I don't think I will. And I'm like, that is exactly what Zach would say. You guys are twin brothers. Like, it was so funny. Who's Francis pulling again? I forget. Oh, Mike's pulling that guy who showed up to the Lethbridge tournament.
Joshua Wilson for
Francis?
Yeah.
Josh Wilson. Okay, yeah.
Francis, be ready.
Patrick's got the craziest match, man. Craziest match.
Patrick,
yeah. I don't want to say his last name because I'll butcher it, but he's going up against Joe Fear, and that guy came to Mayhem this year,
dude.
He was crazy,
dude. I wish Joe Fear was there. He is the man. I like that guy too. Him and Mason were.
Yeah, they were warring it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Does Patrick have weight on him though or no?
Yeah, he does. He's 220.
Patrick, use your weight, man.
Yeah. He's got a style that might, if he just gotta not let Joe get his hooks in, man. Because I watched him at Mayhem, and I was so impressed by that guy.
Dude, Joe
he reminded me of Ty Sakal, is who he reminded me of.
He's the 225 champ in Montana, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, well, Ty went down there and won the overall last year.
Yeah, Ty's the man, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ty.
Yeah. We need Ty heel.
Depending on the day, he could win the overall here.
Ty bugs me all the time. I'm like, Ty, I'm nowhere close to you, dude. You are so good. Ty is awesome.
He can go. He can do anything. Ty.
And you know what? With a not huge hand.
No, but his cup is ridiculous.
you grip up with them, you're like, oh, there's something here this time, and then it's like, you're like, no, never mind. Yeah. No, our 198s are stacked though, dude.
Yeah.
100%. Our top 5 is
Victor, Ali, Mason, Sergey, like.
Ty didn't Ty's a 198. I'm pretty
Oh
sure.
yeah, Ty's right there too.
He was third. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man, Ty could, if Ty gets
If
his
he's
elbows
healthy and
figured out,
healed. Yeah.
he'll easily be right back up there.
Oh, I know. I know.
He's so fast. That's the thing he has over all them other guys, man. He's quick.
Yeah, and he's smart too, though. It's like even if he gets pinned, try to pin him the same way again. Like, no.
No,
See him
can't.
just make a correction, boom, he fixes it. It's really good. Really
Yeah,
good.
dude. This is gonna be a fun event, man. The more matches you say, the more I'm like, heck yeah.
No, I know. I'm looking at Travis Robertson got 2 guys, but I don't know them. But
They weren't. Travis said one of them was at the practice, but I didn't recognize any of them. So
oh, there's my match. Oh
yeah, dude. I was looking at your guy. He looks like a teacher.
yeah, he's a pretty high strung dude, man. From what I
He's
see.
like, he seems like his name's the Destroyer.
Yeah, but he's not. I was watching his videos back 20 years, man. The guy's been pulling. He's a beast. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna train my heart out for him because if I want to have any shot, I gotta just go nuts. After provincials this weekend, I gotta put in 6 week, like the serious training camp for 6 weeks.
Dude, he should be school man.
Schoolman, yeah, yeah.
Schoolboy can say schoolboy. This gotta be school man.
the principal.
The principal.
You guys, what Terminator is that? Where the cop is there?
Yeah,
and
he like with the liquid cop.
Yeah.
That's Terminator 2.
Oh,
yeah, he looks like the liquid cop with glasses, dude, and like on like and buff.
Yeah, he looks strong, man. He hits hard. Yeah,
Brian, that'll be a good one for you.
You know what? If anything, it's good experience, man. So I'm just gonna go. You know me, I give my heart out when I'm on the table. So
yeah,
I don't think I was supposed to win my last super match. I did. So
you know what? That's the fun. It is not supposed to win, and then you do.
Yeah. Like official super matches, I have never lost. I had a fun one when I was injured against Byron, but that was just stupid because But
you call him Byron out against him?
Yeah, Byron, I think called me. I thought he called me out. I thought he was calling me out, like
was
officially. He? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't know. We just have to work it out. I'll pull him.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm healed. My back's good, man. Like, oh, if it stays healed, man, I'm so excited to pull again. Like, 'cause I kind of laid off this year because of injury, right?
The injuries make you appreciate being healthy, right? And I think everyone's got to go through one or two to understand that they don't like that, and then they train better.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna build it up so strong where it can't get injured anymore, right? Is what I want to do.
Yeah,
make it steel cable. Sure. Yeah,
might as well.
Yeah, well, since I first met you guys, I started Red Deer. I hurt the brachialis, and it's been hurt. I just never. As soon as it feels a little bit better, I compete. Right. So yeah, I've actually reffing's helped too. I'm reffing a lot more. I'm pretty much every event now, right? So
yeah,
I'm reffing this weekend too.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess we could get on that topic for a minute. So Provincials is in Edmonton. Too early to tell without even knowing who's going to be in the class predictions. Who are your favorites to win each weight division?
Well, one's not there, right? So one's Josh Bellin.
Yeah.
Right. It's going to be tough this year. The supers could be a few guys.
Dude, I could see Darren Matthews squeaking it out if because I heard Caleb's not going either.
Well, it's all a matter if Corey Booker guy goes. He's older, dude, but he's good and he's like strong.
I like Corey Buka. My dad's pulled him forever, but I would favor Darren.
I don't know. Well, see, last year's Masters, it was Josh, Corey, Darren, then it was Herman, Byron, and me.
Yeah.
And then Doug Curtis, and I think, and your dad or whatever. But there was
I
like,
would. Yeah,
it was ugly last year.
I'll go with Darren. Darren will be my pick for the supers.
good, man.
I'm not gonna say Darren because Darren, I don't think has been, from what he told me, is he hasn't been training and he hasn't competed since like last summer.
Okay.
He had a lot of personal stuff and stuff, so he was kind of out of training and everything. So
Who are you
maybe
picking
he's strong
then?
enough that he could come and just do it though.
Yeah.
But
Caleb,
you never
I
know.
think Caleb might make a stink this year, man, if he comes.
Yeah, but I heard he's not I heard he's not going.
Is he injured still? I know his left was hurt.
I don't know if he's injured, but
Yeah.
I just heard he wasn't going. So
Okay, because
yeah.
he can make a ruckus. Yeah, he can
Oh,
make a ruckus.
easily, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Easily could make a ruckus.
I think Hughes' class is going to be tough. I mean, what's Hughes weight at right now?
I don't know if he's 198 or 220. Normally he pulls at 220 though. So
I was just thinking, I don't know what is Eugene?
He was like
what is
215 last time I spoke to him.
What is Eugene pulling at?
Eugene pulls 176.
Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, he's fine then. I pick Eugene to win 176.
Yeah.
Can't see what's gonna stop him. Kelly, maybe?
No, he ran right through Kelly, didn't he?
He ran through everybody. Victor,
I was gonna say
Ali, everybody.
Although Victor
West,
made his press.
No, he beat Victor at East versus West qualifier.
But Victor made him press.
Yeah.
Took his wrist. That's a good step.
No, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
But I just don't think he'll be able to pull two classes at
No, he won't. I don't think he will.
So
I don't think they let you do they?
You won't be allowed anyway. You can
he'll pull 176. He should win that.
Yeah, that's like I'm saying. I mean,
I'm very impressed by the guy. I don't see anybody beating him.
No, no, not at the moment.
No.
198.
Mason.
Depends who shows up.
Yeah, Mason's probably Mason or Victor.
I think Mason, then Victor. I think Victor's on it. He's pretty serious, man. He's gonna be making waves.
Do you think Mason beats Victor?
You know what? I don't know.
I
would pick Mason as a slight favorite. I would say yeah, but Victor could pull it off. He's smart. He's very smart on the table.
I think it depends on the bracket earlier on.
Yeah, it would depend on. Yeah, you're right. How the bracket.
I see a toss up of like Ali, Victor, Mason, whoever.
Ali,
Ali's hit or miss though. Ali is hit or miss.
Yeah, it's hit or miss with Ali. But he's on.
Whoa. But the thing is Ali could have a good hit and give one of those guys a battle, and then the other third guy will win in the finals.
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be it'll be really tight. The top three, I would say, probably Mason, Victor, Ali.
Because Sergey from Medicine Hat is training with Eugene now, and he beat Ali at the qualifier.
Oh, he did. Ali made a pretty bad mistake. You know what? But all the credit to Sergey, and that guy's he's come up so much, man. That guy's a beast now.
Yeah.
Like when I first seen him pull, I just thought, oh, okay, if he gets his hook, he'll be okay. But now it's like he can fight and sink his hook in a negative near the pad and then come back. Like that was crazy when he came back.
Yeah.
That was pretty
Not
impressive.
many people do that.
No, like he actually sunk the hook in a losing position and then just dragged him back and pinned him. Like that was good. I was watching the footage from East versus West qualifier the other day. Yeah, we got two nice promo videos now too for the next one.
Yeah, Zach, I'd have you as a favorite at the 154s if you were going.
Yeah.
I can't really afford to, honestly.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying I'd have you as my favorite.
We gotta get you driving.
Probably Dustin Leach or Gubbs. Is Gubbs 154?
No, he's in Florida. He's in Florida right now.
Oh, he's still in Florida, or he's serving something?
Well, he's on there on a visa right now, so he's just
seeing he's pulling 165.
Yeah, and he's pulling higher now.
Or 159, something like that.
It'd be the one class above, I think.
Yeah,
he's put on a lot of muscle.
What about that guy from your club, Brian, the guy who pulls 225s? Tall guy.
Oh, Andrew.
Andrew and Yuri.
Andrew. And Yuri on the left, Andrew on the right could make some waves.
Do you
Definitely.
think Victor still got him?
Yeah.
Or sorry, Hugh.
Hugh just can't get careless. He's got to just beat him. Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
to Hugh. I think Hugh all day, but if he screws around at all, like Andrew can pull without his hand. He
Oh
just
yeah, he can.
and he can be in the worst arm break position and just rip through you and come back.
Yeah.
You don't put him away. If you actually you need to be cupping as you're pronating, like, and then you pin him. You just got to when you drive him down, because if you let him get the stop and you just have his hand back, no, he's gonna just hold that forever and eventually come back and press you.
Yeah.
Just
No,
crazy.
for sure.
Yeah.
242s, I think, will be probably like Dustin Houghton, Travis Robertson.
Dustin Houston, Dustin.
Yeah. You know, Len might show up and pull supers and
For what?
Len might show up Pill Supers.
you can't count him out.
No, Len. Len, I've never seen Len not be strong. So
Yeah,
Oh,
like
man, yeah, just hit. If it's on, it's on.
if it's on, it's on, like Donkey Kong, right? So
Yeah, he was screwing around saying he was gonna pull masters. I was like, oh no. I'm like, oh well. I said, I'll get an idea on a hit. So, I'll know what to train for, because that Chuck Young just hits too, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, Len was being all nonchalant at the practice. He's sitting in the chair. I'm like, this guy's so good. He's just chilling.
Yeah. I know. He is, you know what? He's a legend, man. Len's a legend.
He is, especially around here, man. He's been
Oh, yeah,
pulling
and he
for
can still, and you know what? He walks up to the table and it's bam, and he just, like, fuck
He
yeah.
walks up all mopey. He's like, oh, I got to arm wrestle. And then he's like, bam,
Yeah,
which is sweet.
bam. Yeah, actually, when I was reffing him in Hinton, he was hilarious. He'd be like, raw, and the guy would slip, and he'd look at me, he goes, that's a fucking pin. I'm like, no, it's not a pin, man. And he slipped before it touched. All slips or straps. And then the next one, he pinned him, he buried him, and he ran up to me. I thought he was gonna punch me or something. He's like, that was a fucking pin. I'm like, yep, that was a pin, man.
that was a pin.
You can get pretty intense, Len, for an older guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
he gets fired up, man.
Oh, he gets fired right up, man. And when
Yeah.
he does, that's when you know the hits are coming.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That was like, well, because after Sean beat Dustin and Sean was all like, wow, I saw Len just getting pissed off in the corner. I was like, this Battle Zone final is going to be exciting.
Oh, yeah, man. The Battle Zone was awesome this year, man.
Dude, I can't wait for Perry to come back and have another one.
I know.
Hope I can make.
Oh, I'll never miss. I'll go to every Battle Zone. I'll probably ref in every Battle Zone.
I'd love to have a super match there one time.
Well, you just gotta win. You gotta just get the contender, right? And then give you a belt shot that following year.
Yeah.
Just work real hard for next year, and
I gotta grind.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting because I think Kenny Snow's the 225 champ, but Mason's
his hand is crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. And I think Mason well, Steph Haru's the champ right now.
Yeah, he beat
but I'm pretty sure Mason will, do what Mason does.
Oh, for sure.
So that'll be good. What else is upcoming? Is there anything else upcoming in Alberta after provincials?
Stronghold event.
Oh,
can't make it. I'm busy that weekend.
Yes. I was wondering why you're giving me the look. That I was like, oh.
No, you know what? I don't know. It could be good. They got some bad. They honestly they have Leia versus
Peyton Pickering, right?
Yeah. That that'll be that Pickering girl. She's really impressive, man.
Yeah,
She
I'm
in a
I'm
short
blocked
period of
from
time.
seeing the poster, so I
Oh,
didn't know.
yes, yes.
I'm
Oh
not
my,
up,
I'm blocked. I
I'm
can't see
not
it
up to
either.
date.
You know what? I shouldn't even have said the event because I'm blocked from knowing if it exists. Because every site it goes on, I can't see it. It says this
Yeah,
content is unavailable for you.
me too.
Yeah.
But
So, but you
Ali,
know,
Ali and Mason is a good super match for Alberta, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays
yeah,
out.
yeah. I don't
Because
know. I
Ali's
think
right there.
yeah. I don't know if Ali is it supposed to be left or because I think Ali just got hurt. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but his left is busted.
Oh, well,
I
if the
don't
match
know.
changes, I won't know. So
No, I won't know either. No.
we'll have to get Zach to tell us.
For now.
Zach will be our informant.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I think those are the only two super matches, I think.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I just heard about them. I didn't see them because, like I said, I'm blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that'll be August, I guess, hey?
Well, no, we should have something in July.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, well, we've been holding off because we didn't get all the information on
Oh,
those
yeah,
Becky.
yeah.
Because I
I
can't
forgot
just
about
make
that.
matches randomly. Like, yeah, just come cream or you know what I mean? No, I want to know who's
Yeah.
a world champion, like who's who,
Yeah.
right?
You want to set up a good match, right?
Yeah, yeah. Ronnie's working on that, and
Yeah, that's
and
right.
if not, we'll be doing a local event anyway, for sure, for sure.
So
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the backyard super slam's happening or not. It'll depend on a few things,
Stu?
right? Well,
Yeah.
it's Stu. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I mean, we'll see if their health is good and they're feeling it and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, that'll be July if it happens, and
Yeah.
I imagine it's going to be a pretty awesome event this year. So it was great last year. It was just a small event, but it was a lot of fun, man. That
I
was
had
great.
fun.
Yeah, I had a lot of
90% of it was awesome.
other than wanting to beat somebody
10%.
up the whole day. Yeah, yeah.
Don't mind me, I'm just sending some info here.
But there was some good matches that day. So
Yeah, there sure was, man.
yeah, you beat Zach. What's his name from Lethbridge? James Wisnowski.
Yeah. Bad match with
Yeah.
James.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah. Jared came back against Jeremy Esty. That match was sick.
Dude, that was crazy.
That was a
Really
good
good
match, man. Really good match.
Match.
Caleb, I mean, I thought Darren was crazy. It was supposed to be right-handed, and Darren's like, "No, my right's just not feeling right. Let's make it left." I'm like, "Are you sure you want to go left against Caleb?" And then they were, Darren got him first round, but once Caleb got fired up, it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's this camera. My camera stands being a pain. Just 1 second. But yeah.
Caleb has a hard time going 100% until he, I don't know, just like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's got to get something. Yeah.
I don't know if it necessarily takes him to get pinned, but it takes him like, I don't know.
He has to awaken something deep
It does.
inside.
Yeah, I think it's his
Yeah.
nervous system. It's his nerve has to do with his nervous
First
system.
gear isn't so good, but when he shifts to second, he starts
Oh,
going.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he gets yeah.
He's like an old 70 Camaro.
With 3 gears, second gear just pulls you through.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
skips a little bit, but then once he hits the clutch and he gets a second, you're good.
Launching.
Yeah. I want Caleb to start pulling more actually. I get really excited when Caleb pulls.
Dude, I think we all do. And you know
Yeah.
what? I wish nothing but the best for Caleb, and I hope he
Yeah, me too.
does start.
I miss him. Yeah, I miss him actually.
Yeah. We need
I
to have
love
we
to
need
see
to
him.
plan. We need to talk to Matt and find a day when everyone can make it and have like a huge practice. Now let's get in the warm out again.
Yeah. I agree.
Because I like going, like obviously I love going to practice or whatever, but it's nice when like Jeremy Drouse is there, Brian's there, Caleb shows up, like even some other Calgary guys come, and then everyone's there, and Matt gets a really good workout when Sean's there, and Sean gets a good workout, and everyone just feeds off each other's energy. The shed's bumping, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, when Sean came down last week to practice, that was good.
Yeah, no, I haven't pulled with Sean for a while. I get to see him, obviously. We fly out. We're doing a red eye tomorrow. So we fly out at like 1 a.m.
Hmm.
Shit.
and then we're just gonna sleep on the plane, and then we land at like 6:50 or something.
Yeah.
Gonna jump in our rental and drive to Rochester, and then we have all Thursday to kind of rest, recover.
Yeah, you need to, because the altitude, you gotta acclimatize, man. I would have went down today.
I'll be okay. Like I'll have all Thursday to sleep and catch up, and then I didn't like. I've been to Toronto.
Barometric pressure is different there, though. Just like,
Yeah,
Yeah, just
I've
drink a lot of electrolytes, stay hydrated. Basically, you should be okay.
yeah, I've been to Toronto and competed like 4 times now, and I've never went this early, and I've never had troubles, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'll definitely make sure that all my hydration levels and everything are good, and then probably Friday will just be a sleep day for me. I'm sure my mom and sister will be doing, or dad will be doing their things. Like I said, that evening I'll probably get my mind off things, but other than that, it's just kind of rest.
Final healing for the match.
Mm-hmm.
I just know I always feel like shit for 2 days when I fly down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough, but it'll be good. And then I'm gonna pull early too, so it'll be right. It'll be like 3 or 4 hours after I wake up anyway, so it's not like I'm gonna be waiting into the evening or anything. Because that is a different story for sure. Like when there's a big tournament or something and you're in the supers and you got to wait all day, that sucks. But
Oh yeah, Paul Andrews. He is. Yeah, he is. He's number 2. Yeah.
I think it goes Dustin Leach, Paul Andrews, Dan Marfay. I think Dan Marfay actually beat Paul. Let me double check
That
this.
hasn't changed though. Yeah,
I think Paul and Dan would be good. I know Paul's been chasing Dustin for a while, so I think Paul and Dustin could easily be the finals of that 154, especially if you're not there, Zach.
It's just the styles. The styles for Paul and Dustin. I give the edge to Dustin right now still.
Yeah, it's Dustin, Paul, Dan, me, James, Brian Marginette, so forth.
It's a fun class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same on the left hand, except Toby Kagume is in there instead of me.
Yeah, you gotta get your left hand right soon, man.
Huh?
You gotta get your left hand up there soon.
Maybe I'll call right now.
Montana. Yeah.
I think I beat number 10 at one point in a match, but it wasn't like a professional match or anything. It wasn't like pro class, so I don't think it counted.
Oh yeah.
I think I don't know. Maybe I'll pull Dustin left or Rasmussen. Maybe he'll pull me.
Yeah.
I don't think Dustin wants to smoke.
I don't think he wants that smoke.
Oh, my left though? My left. Come on. My left.
Dude, stop.
It's not. It's not. Look, it's number 16th.
Yeah, because you don't hardly compete with it.
My right arm is number 16th in the 198s.
Yeah, that makes sense. That is
my left. Anybody can beat my left. So. My left's strong, but I just don't know. I haven't built the coordination yet.
The thing is I like the Alberta rankings. I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant here for a second.
Yeah, do it.
But I think
I got complaints.
I think the whole part where, like, let's say we're in a tournament and you're ranked 3rd, I'm ranked 9th, and Brian's ranked 6th. You and Brian could have a banger, and you could be dead exhausted and have me in the next pull, and then I pull you and win, and now I'm above you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think that creates flaws.
This happened. It happened to me last year. Last year. I had a super match. I beat the guy, right? It was Jaden, right? I beat him in a fair super match, so I got his rank. And then 2 weeks later, I was in a tournament. I pulled Masters class, and I had some beasts. I had Bellin, Mike Rooney. Anyway, it was pretty tough. And then I pulled the Open afterwards, and then I lost to Jaden, and he got my rank. So everything I fought for through a whole super match, and because I was, multiple classes, had, some long matches, and then I lose to him, and he's fresh. You know what I mean? I don't like it either. It's not his fault. Like, I have nothing against him.
And I'll use that. Like, there's like Sean has the same scenario, right? I got nothing against Jaden. The guy's awesome, but I think Sean beats Jaden in a super match 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 times. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And he beat Sean in the one tournament.
The same tournament. That's the same tournament that
Yeah.
happened to me.
And so like here's what I think. I think there's a few issues with that. I think it causes people to not want to pull.
Yeah, it does. It makes you want to
'Cause
protect your rank.
why would I want to lose my rank when I could have a burner and then lose to some guy? Here's what I think. They have that whole system where you can directly call out the person above you,
Yep.
which I think is perfectly fine. But I think if Brian is ranked third and I'm ranked eighth, and I pull Brian in a tournament and I beat him under whatever circumstances, that gives me the right to call out Brian in a super match.
Yep.
And he has to accept.
I think
I think that's the proper way. That's the way
it actually makes sense in every way you look at it. That's the only thing that makes sense.
That would be fair. That would be a fair thing.
No ranks are being moved. So I don't have to worry about losing my rank. But I now know, okay, this guy beat me once. I need to show everybody that I can beat this guy.
Yeah. I agree. I think that's the way to do it.
Yeah,
and then obviously under certain circumstances, there may be a few points where like, okay, some family stuff going on, can't accept the match right now. I get that. That's always going to happen. But you should have a very valid reason, or else you should have to take the match, or else give up your rank.
That's fair.
Yeah. Well, you know what? With the new league that's going to be coming, it's going to be based totally different anyway. There's going to be 120 super matches a year. So it's going to be a tournament.
Super matches a month?
Super matches. They'll switch. 1 month it'll be super matches. Next month it'll be a tournament, right? And we're going to do a big tournament to open the league. We're going to start the rankings based on the opening tournament. So I just recommend everyone go, right? Mm-hmm. And then from there on out, there's going to be 20 super matches every other month.
I like that.
So there'll be 120 super matches a year, and that should be able to take care of the rankings.
Question for you. Will you guys, because this is going to make sense, will it be a triple elimination tournament? And the reason why I ask you that is because if it's for that ranking and stuff, what if the number 5 guy has to face 1 and 2 right away, like that, and then boom, boom, and then all of a sudden he's now 29th when he should be like 5th? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, you know what? That's something we can talk about because we're still hashing it out, right? So that's definitely something, you know what I mean? I'm open to. I mean, it'd be a long tournament, maybe though. It wouldn't be too bad because there'd be no super matches on the day of the tournament because we only have the super matches.
It would only be a tournament.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about that as well, in Zach's defense, like that's what nationals is.
Yeah.
So it's nice to pull in the tournaments that have the same format, just because it gets you used. Because here's the thing: double elimination has been going on forever. Everyone's accustomed to double elimination, and then these nationals are triple elimination, and you see these guys losing twice. Then they should be winning a third, fourth time, and then they're
because
not.
The wars, though, some people come back. It's weird.
Yeah.
Because I mean, your rank isn't just determined by how good you are at pinning somebody. It's determined, maybe the number 2 guy doesn't have a good hit, but if he can stop you, he can drag you out for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So that would help the styles.
The tournaments aren't going to affect the Armfinity rankings, though. And that's what I'm saying. It's going to be just prize. We're going to try to put up some prize money, some serious prize money as well.
And the tournaments help you gauge who should be having like matches against who in a super match.
Yep, I agree. Yeah. Yep, it's easy. Yeah. It's easy to gauge the matches, right? It'll be easy for people to gauge themselves. So when they make a call out, it makes sense too, right?
Yeah.
So
no, completely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the only thing I don't like about triple elimination is the C side thing, however that works. Like when you have to beat the A side guy 3 times.
Yeah,
if you come from the C side, you would have to beat the A side 3 times.
Yeah.
And you would have had pulled a lot more than he did.
Yeah.
You'd have to beat the machine.
I get it. But I just feel like if you fight back from the C side,
it should be
you should almost get a break no matter what, and then do finals later, and then just make that an automatic best 2 out of 3.
Yeah, but
That's fair. I think that's
I
also
wouldn't
fair.
want too big of a break though. You know what? You know what the problem is too though? Is if you're putting that much strain on your arm and you're that swelled, do you really want a big long break?
No, I don't mean a huge break, Brian, but I mean
Yeah.
like maybe you could run all classes and then finals after.
Yeah,
Like
it just, you
depending
know what I
on
mean?
what it
Have you ever pulled you just pulled and your arm's done. And then all of a sudden the pump goes away and everything, and you just got toothaches all through your arm and shit.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. I'm just thinking about that kind of stuff, right?
That's fair. I get that.
Yeah.
From like my perspective, because I don't get like I have to pull like crazy to get toothaches anymore. Whereas
Yeah,
if you give me 5 to 10 minutes that I might not have going straight to the finals, I could do all like I could
you could
regain some stuff
regain.
that I
Yeah,
lost,
yeah.
right?
And
I know what you're
So
saying.
I think the point you're making, Brian, also highlights a weakness maybe we all have.
Oh, it could be.
This will help
Yeah.
us beat
Yeah.
like, our endurance will go up and our
Yeah.
ability.
Well, endurance and see, and I think if you're coming from the seaside, then endurance is going to be key, right?
You'll need it.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
Because
like,
if you're the A side guy and you haven't lost, you probably only pulled 3 matches, 4 matches tops. You're
well,
coming
there's
from the C
guys.
side bottom, you've pulled 9, 10, 12 matches.
Yeah.
But like Dakota said, if you are C side going against the A side, it should be an automatic 2 out of 3, not
I think so. I think you're
that,
right.
that's
because
they're only losing one.
Yeah.
I think
I
like
agree.
I get the whole beat them 3 times from the perspective, but like if you're good enough to beat someone twice after you lost to them previously or had a bad bracket and fought your way back, I think you deserve it.
And it's the amount of matches, I think. If the guy on the Ace had only had 4 matches and you've had triple his matches, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you earned the fact
You
to get
earned
back
that. Yeah,
there
you
to make it a best 2 out of 3.
totally,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Because you're clearly more burnt than him. There's no possible way unless he is. And if you aren't, that just means your conditioning is that good. You've earned the right for that 2 out of 3. I totally agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
But just little things to look into and kind of go forward, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. And I mean, we want to make the most user friendly and make sense league that we can. Well, league, not even a league. It's more like I don't want to just call it a league, just like you know what I mean? It's so generic. Everyone does
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
think
like a championship series is what I want to call it. Like
will you use like an electronic system for brackets, or like maybe talk to Corey Miller or whatever?
we always use the digital brackets, but
Oh, okay.
we'll work out a system obviously that will keep track of everything too, right? So I don't
Dakota,
you know what the airs or whatever it's called is a little too, I don't know.
Dakota, we have someone in the comments calling you out left-handed.
Ooh.
Eric Harlan.
Oh my God. Get Eric Harlan out of here, man. Eric Harlan. Dude, this guy was getting flamed on Evan's podcast when I was on there. But you know what?
But
We
Evan does that to
we
everybody.
talk on Messenger. He's not a bad guy. Eric, if we're ever in the vicinity and you want to have a little match, we can go for it, man. For sure. I'm down to feel the power.
Yep.
He's going. They're having that event in Texas, and he was saying he's got like a whole sponsor thing there. So good for him. But like,
Wow,
Right on.
Eric, if you want to match that bad and you're sponsored, you should
Come to Alberta.
come to Alberta. Get me some flights down to Texas. That's right around my birthday. You could give me a whooping as a little birthday present with a little free flight and plane to Texas, Eric. We could have a left-hand match anytime you want, man.
There you go.
So, no, that'll be good.
So no special guest.
He said he said he's going to be later, like within the half hour, so like 9:30 his time.
Well,
After 9:45, if I don't hear anything, or 10:45 here, if I don't hear anything back, I'll say no special guest. But he said he's probably going to be late. He's at the gym, so
like
he's filming content, right? So that's the thing. Like he is busy, and I get that. And I was very surprised he even answered me. So I was like, okay, I'll cut him some slack. And he's been answering me quite well. So I sent him all the Zoom details. I sent him the invite, the code, and the password on Instagram. So I'm hoping we'll just be kind of chatting and he'll jump in. But if 10:45 rolls around, still nothing, I'll maybe message him. And then if not, we'll go from there. But I'm sure he'll only be on for a half hour anyways. We'll just kind of ask him questions away and see how his training's been going, but it'll be good.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we will have Cody Merritt on one night. He said pretty
That's
much
exciting.
guaranteed. Yeah, but he just he's busy. So he'll just let us know and then we'll do one.
Yeah. That's the thing we got to understand, right? Like, it's super awesome that these guys are even coming on, man. Like, for how new and small we are, I would say, are making waves in this podcast community by the amount of people we're getting on.
Yeah, I'm glad they're jumping on and talking. It's fun to have them on.
Yeah. Well, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, even if like Auden has like 26,000 or 45,000 or something like Instagram followers now.
Yeah.
Even if like 1% of that comes over and we get 400 people, which we did, I think that podcast is at 800 and some views now.
Yeah, it helped.
So technically, you could argue that 2% of Auden's viewing came and watched that. So like, I mean, once we start getting guys with like, 997,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, true enough.
And then
he did, if you want to be technical.
Well, technically, but we'd have to do a whole pod with that guy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll message Dev. We'll get him on sometime. So that'll be good.
Yeah.
But like even like 1%.
Maybe we'll get him and Matt at the same time.
That would be
Dude.
Crazy person, I don't know.
That would actually be fun. I never thought about that. Him and Matt at the same time.
That would be good. I think it would be really good.
Because you know what? I guarantee you before their careers are over, they arm wrestle again.
Oh yeah.
Why not? Especially left hand. Because Matt's left is looking pretty good and Devin's left's looking pretty good.
And Devin's coming down in weight too.
Yeah, well, exactly. It'll be a fair fight.
Matt and Devin at the same weight is, I think, closer than people give credit.
Oh yeah.
Matt is a monster, dude. Look what he did to Derek last time he pulled, man.
Dude,
Derek's no joke either. He made Derek look like a joke, but he was no joke. Like,
no, Derek's strong. Derek is freaking massive, strong. He's really good.
Yeah. Well, Matt's cutting down to 105, right?
Yeah.
I think so, from what I heard. Yeah. 230.
Well, it's not much of a cut for him anyways, but I'm pretty sure that's what him and Grundy's at is 105.
110 or 105, something like that, yeah.
105, I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were trying for it, but then Brad
32, I think was that's 105.
I thought they agreed a little higher. But.
Oh, I don't know. But here's the thing, all these guys are like, "Well, we're pulling Matt. Can we agree to a little higher?" Well, Matt's like, "I can't go any higher, man."
Yeah, like 110.
So I'm hoping, like, I know Matt's goals is to make waves in the 105, and I just hope that he gets his wish because, well, what's Krasimir ranked? 6, 5 or 6,
something like that.
And like,
I've seen what he did to him.
And I get people are like, that was a while ago. I get that, but I think Matt is a lot better now.
I think Matt's better now.
And like, I mean, when you look at that match, it was a very definitive match.
It was definitive.
Yeah. It's not like it was like close and now he definitely could be. If you're saying Krasny could beat Matt now, we haven't seen that proof that he can so far. You know what I mean?
Well, and Matt doesn't shy away from a challenge. Like, give Matt somebody even in the top 10 to 6 in that 105 kg. Let him show you that he can make the weight and that he can perform at that weight. And then all of a sudden, Matt's back in the mix. And Engen should just feel like he's in heaven having Matt in the mix.
100%.
Because especially in that division, because I know Sanders is up now, but Prudnick hovers around that 105.
Yep.
Like, well, Prudnick's even down lower now, but you could make that a rematch. That would be super awesome.
Yeah.
Matt and Sanders again, super awesome.
Yeah.
Ungerbayev's right there. Hutchings is right there. David Dadikan is right there. Like, those are the top guys, and Matt would have to earn his way there. And I think Matt understands that.
I think he can slide right into that in the top 10 at that weight class right away.
Oh, 100%, man. Well, it's like Oleg, John, I think. Is Marcio in there? Or no?
No. I think he's 115, isn't Marcio?
Oh, okay. But yeah, anyways, Krasny's 5. And then after that, it's like Devin, Todd, Ungerbayev. Irakli dropped down now, but like Matt and Irakli's a banger.
He's doing 95.
Can't wait for the Matt and Irakli, dude.
Matt, dude,
got crazy strength for his size. So,
dude, He's crazy, but he doesn't pull like. I understand that everyone in East versus West is a killer, and those European guys are built different. But Matt is literally built
Yeah.
different.
Yeah,
Like his
he's
hand
just
and his arm.
genetically. Yeah, genetically.
Yeah, and so that might give issues where Orakli's never had issues before.
Yeah, and because Matt keeps so much pressure in the hand, it's going to be hard for Rackley to access his arm the way he wants to.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, because Iraqli's a top roller. Just strictly.
Yeah.
Orakli just hammer curls you.
Yeah. Matt
Not just hammer curls.
It's that heavy cupped hook, snap hook that gets Matt sometimes.
We got a comment for you, Dakota. It's from the Eric Harlan guy. He's like, "What about having me and Ryan Grondin as guests? Show everyone how scared he is of me."
Who's scared of him?
How scared Ryan Grondin is of Eric, or how scared I am?
Oh, I think he's talking about how scared Ryan is of him.
Well,
Ryan doesn't
actually,
arm wrestle, does he? Yeah.
Ryan Grondin is the 98% guy.
Yeah.
And he did invite us on. We'll have to go on there one day.
He sent me a invite, but I sat there for an hour and a half. So I was like, I had shit to do. So I was like, I'm going. Sorry. But I would have went on. We'll go on sometime.
He does long podcasts though. Like he has like guests on and then another podcast and guests on.
Yeah. I just got busy, man. I was like,
we'll jump on at some point and we'd love to have him on. I mean, we might have to censor Eric Harlan like Nunya. We'll have to see.
BTNT is saying Irakli would destroy Matt, unfortunately. I can see why they'd say that. I could see where that's coming from.
I would I see where you're coming from, but also like when Matt gets an opportunity, he rises to it. Maybe and Matt when in peak form's different.
I think things are gonna change in the next year, man. I do, because if Sergey's coming July 13th and they're gonna train together,
one hell of a training partner.
He's never had anybody that and I'm sure it's gonna be the same for Sergey. Having those two together, it's just gonna be like really nice. It's gonna be.
We got to get Sergey a Armfinity and a Red Deer shirt, and he can just rock those everywhere.
Get him a Through the Fingers podcast.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm working on that.
We gotta make shirts, guys.
Yeah, sorry, we'll give them out. We'll just give them out to people.
Yeah, I know we should make shirts, and that can be some of our weekly prizes. Yeah, I just want to work on a logo together.
Even if we sold shirts for a little bit more than what we made them for, and just had them out for a bunch of people, just to get the name out there, it'd be sick.
It'd be cool. Yeah.
Yo, we got to make coffee mugs, and then we got to make the part of the mug fingers, and then we put our hand through it to drink coffee.
Yeah, the arm wrestling mug club.
You gotta grip the mug like this, and then the coffee's.
Yeah, you gotta pronate it to drink it.
You gotta pronate
it, you spill it on your face.
Oh, you have different grips that you have to drink different ways. So the high hook grip, you drink like this.
Yeah.
Whole hand, you gotta.
Yeah, if you didn't, then you'd spill it.
I don't know if anyone would buy that, but
no, but it'd be cool. It'd be neat anyway. Who cares? I get bored sometimes. I would.
Hey man, design some merch. Do it.
Yeah.
I'll just ask AI.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't like some of the pictures I get from AI. I tried getting an arm wrestling one day, and I was getting all demons. So it thinks I'd like demons because it's just all demons. And sometimes there was just arms ripped off, laying on the table. It was like I was like, what is this, man? It couldn't give me just a hand. Yeah, did you get some of that, Zach, when you tried?
I sent you guys a couple.
Yeah, I seen one, but it was similar to some of the ones I was getting.
Really weird.
Yeah, it was twisted.
Here's how I got the best use out of the AI. You literally have to take a step back and imagine that AI doesn't understand anything you say that isn't exactly literal. You have to break it down to the most specific characteristics.
Okay.
And because if you say example, make me a logo that uses the words through the fingers, it'll make what it thinks is a logo. But then if you were to let's say it messes up a word or something, and you were to say correct the word, it's not looking back at what you said previously and going from there. You have to be more specific to lay it out for it better. AI is really good, but it's not at the point where you can have a conversation you and I.
Arm wrestling, because
and interpolate things like a human being instantaneously, right?
Yeah. You have to be take the word through and recorrect it on the page centered so it is spelled how I told you it, and then it will do what you said exactly.
God.
But you can't say like correct through, please, because then it's like what, and then it just drops you another photo of something
Collect
to try.
through, please. Where's the please?
Yeah,
Makes a spoon or something.
yeah. But I had some sick logos, man. Like even for the Red Deer Club, I was fiddling around with them. Like there were some
Red
sick
Deer ones look good. We need one for ours because the Red Deer ones look way better than that. Wow, I was getting shit.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I'll fiddle around with
fold
it
it
for
in
you.
like this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that was one guy's arm reaching up to grab. I'm like, what the?
No, that's the thing, and like this is just gonna be like an arm wrestling, like for people, I would say that are like wanting to promote their arm wrestling. If you don't have a basic logo that you enjoy, go to Meta AI / image, explain to it what you want a little bit, and it'll create an image, and then just slowly tinker with it, and you will get a logo. I'm not saying don't go see a graphic designer or something if you have someone you know, but like there's more simple ways to do this. It's not copyright, it's your own generated image. You can use it wherever you want. You can claim the rights to it. AI is not going to get mad that you claimed rights to its image.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They have a little thing in the corner that says it's made by AI and just leave that on there. But like so many of these like up and coming leagues, if they have cool logos, they can get farther than where they are right now.
Oh yeah, and they got to stop using the generic one. It's always the same thing. Right? It's like every one logo. It's like okay, yeah.
That's what I will give Ian credit for. Going back to Mac, a little bit, he's doing really well with the promotion side from like a merchandise standpoint. He's going in with it. It's similar to what you're doing, Brian, with like the jerseys and the going around and everything. But like no, and Ian knows, like he's been arm wrestling forever, so he knows a ton of people. And I hope that it works out for him, because I can only imagine like that a level of event like he's having is stressful.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine.
Oh yeah, but if it all goes good, oh, the satisfaction afterwards.
Oh yeah,
And then the second one might only be bigger.
we'll all be on the second one.
Dude, that'd be sick.
I don't think I'll be able to get a match on there. I wish, but
You could.
Alberta, like we got a lot of things going, like from an Alberta arm wrestling perspective. I know I made a video talking about this, but we got like a lot of things going right now. Like our top guys that aren't Matt, like Matt's the top guy, but our top guys are getting more recognition.
We got some strong people here, man.
Oh yeah.
We even have people that maybe aren't crazy good, but are getting their name out there. And I think if you want a successful sport, you need a healthy amount of both. You need someone who sells that maybe isn't the greatest, but people like to watch them, and then they'll slowly work their way. And people like watching progression. People like watching climb.
Yeah.
Like it's fun to watch Devin at his peak and like Levon, but like it's also fun, like at least Conor McGregor, for example. I know everyone talks about that guy, but like I watched his first fight in the UFC.
Yeah.
And then I watched his second fight and he got better. And then his third fight, and then you get behind him. More people get, and then like people
I watched
enjoy
him in that Cage Warriors or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Beforehand. Yeah.
People enjoy watching the rise. So
Yep.
like it's entertaining, right? And there I like the middleweight champion of the UFC. I think it's Driscus Duplessis right now. I don't know. This is right. Sure, that's exactly what I wanted you to say, because I guarantee you there is a fighter that you know that is not as good as him, but you enjoy watching him more.
Yeah,
and you get behind his fights more.
Yep. No, I agree.
So you need a healthy amount of both for a sport to thrive, right?
Well, you got to try to hype yourself too. You got to try to get yourself out there. And I mean, you don't have to be a total like character either. I mean, basically, you just got to make yourself known to people, right?
People like people like something they can relate to always.
Yeah.
Um, and I think that's why if you're just a genuine person and you're nice to people and they can relate to you, then they want to watch you, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's important to be genuine. You can,
you can only get so far being fake.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah, but I mean, at the same
You
time,
can add to it though. Yeah, I know it. You can.
it can't be 100% about skill because I mean, if you're just a guy that 100% just instantly beats a guy, but it's just boring to watch you. You're not going to get as much airtime or as many opportunities as someone who can make
Just
it
grinders, yeah.
make
which
it
is where the
entertaining.
Europeans lack.
Yeah, because it's bam, bam.
There is an entertainment value. People want to watch it.
And style too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're very, very technical, and usually a match ends like now. You know what I mean? And that's we
Yeah.
want to see grinders.
And that's
Right?
why it's important to get a good matchmaker to set up matches. You want to
Yeah,
set up a match of two guys that are close that aren't
yeah,
stacked like this, right? Sometimes you
yeah.
have it, and usually it's because the lower guys like, yeah, I'll take the match. I really want it, type of thing. Like I want the challenge, type of thing. You
Yeah.
don't normally find it, you know.
Oh no, I know exactly what you mean. You know what? No matter the skill level, if it's an even playing field and it's a good match, that's what That's what people want to
Exactly. It
see.
doesn't matter where the skill level's at.
No, it
It's
doesn't
how
really
close the
matter.
two guys
No,
are. Yeah,
yeah,
that'll make a
I
good match.
agree. I agree.
Well, look at Paul Italia and Nunya.
Yeah.
Looking back at that match, now that we've seen it, that was a gong show. That did not deserve that much hype. It
No,
had
I
money
know.
behind it, but it did not deserve that much hype. But
And they
those
did a
guys
good
are
job, though. They did a good job, I
oh
think.
yeah, that's what I mean. They're characters, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, it worked out for him.
But the match. I think he should have been using a riser, Paul.
Paul,
Yeah, I
how
think it would have changed things a little bit
I
because it
don't
just seemed
like.
like he was just
I
reaching
think
all the
Paul
time.
needed to. I don't know what. I think here's the problem. I think what it was, to be honest. I don't know if he's trying to catch or not, but I was told by many people never catch. Always try to be the aggressor, no matter what. I think he was trying to catch, and he had a plan that just involved him coming around
And
and
tiring him out or
losing
something.
too much, and it just seemed like he wasn't trying to get to the pad or trying to take anything. It seemed like he was trying to. I don't know. I couldn't tell what he was trying to do, to be
Well,
honest.
and if he was if he thought the press was coming, because originally he thought that press was coming every time, he should have been getting ready to take him outside his shoulder right on the go.
I
Right?
bet you Paul
Well,
would do something different. I bet if he had another
If he got to do it again, he would have changed a lot of stuff. Yeah.
and here's what I have to say. Paul, catching is okay under certain circumstances. Here's what Paul did wrong, in my opinion. You can't try and catch a presser who is just as strong or stronger than you in a king's move.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Oh,
true. It's true.
well,
Like,
anyways, guys, we
yeah,
can jump to something else now.
it looks like it, yes.
Yeah, which is perfect. Let him get his mic and everything set up. But as many of you know, Auden Larratt and this guy, James English, are having a super match at the Hey James.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
I'm Dakota, by the way. I was the guy messaging you. How you doing?
Yeah,
man?
I know.
Okay, perfect.
How you doing, bro?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming on, man.
Of course.
No,
What
we
up,
really
guys?
that
Hey,
this
buddy.
is Zach
Not too
and Brian. They train in Red Deer we all train with Matt Mask. So I'm gonna be at the Challenger Series. I'll be watching your match live.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it'll be a pleasure to meet you, man.
Awesome, yeah.
So just tell us how's training been?
I just got done. You want to see?
Yeah.
Sure.
Here's my small little left arm, okay? Here's the gigantic right arm can.
Oh,
Damn, bro.
it's a
Oh, I know Auden's
can.
watching. Auden, you watching? You see this, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I just got done. I did a little shoulder workout and I was rushing through to get here on time and I was only 4 minutes late. So there you go.
Dude, and I just want to say I appreciate that so much. I hate
Yeah.
taking away from anything you're doing, but it's
No,
awesome.
you're good.
Yeah.
No, you're good. It's all so the workouts I'm doing are I'm getting coaching from Lachlan Adair. And
Okay.
he's very methodical. So he's tapering down my rest times as we get closer to the match. I asked him about it. He just said, because when we first started, we were doing 90-second rest times because we were doing very high volume. like very high reps. So I kind of needed that 90 seconds. And now we've been tapering down 80, 70, and then it'll go 60, 50 seconds. Just because he said that, and you guys tell me what you think about this. You're supposed to have 90 seconds during a super match in between matches, but he's like, you'll see that it's never actually 90 seconds. They start calling you up to the table, and just with like all the setup shit you're doing, it always ends up being a little bit less than 90 seconds. So you want to get used to that.
No, I would agree with that, and I think the biggest thing is as much as it's like when you and Auden are pulling, it's going to be a match between you and Auden, but the referees sometimes get just as involved, and I feel like they get caught up in the moment as well. And the bigger the match, the more that they are just trying to get everything as perfect as possible. They seem to forget sometimes little things, and then they just get calling you whenever. Always doing big chug, chug, chug.
There we go.
That's cool. He's getting
Cheers.
trained by Lachlan, though.
Yeah, it is.
Similar to my training. Yeah.
I met Lachlan in Dubai at King of the Table 10, and he just like randomly grabbed me and asked me to warm him up before his match, and like he feels like a piece of iron, dude. So I'm sure if you're following what he's doing, that you're gonna be set. So
And it's a little intimidating seeing the fucking missing index, the tip of the index finger. It's like, damn, dude.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, but I pulled with him in Australia up in Brisbane. This was like over a year ago at this point, a year and a few months. And he just felt like, I mean, I don't think he'd feel any different now. I think it would be Stonewall regardless. But back then, it was like extra Stonewall. I mean, there was not too much I could. The most I could do was make him make a little bit of a face. And that was when he allowed me to get my shoulder behind my arm and my wrist over his pronation and crunch down as hard as I fucking could. And when I did all that, he went, And then he just, he made the slightest little face, and then he just pulled me back. And he looks over at Ryan Bowen and he's like, strong. And I'm like, fuck you, dude. Dude, tried to pin me, and I stopped him just above the pad. And he raised his eyebrows a little bit. He goes, strong bicep. And then he regroups and boom.
I'm glad that happens to everybody, dude, because everyone has a point when they're arm wrestling somebody and you feel like so weak, and they're like, you're pretty strong, and you're like, shut up, dude. Like, honestly.
Yeah, but I mean, that's me now with a lot of people at practice, and they say the same thing to me, because I'll hold them, and I want to give them credit because it's not like they're weak, but I might just be a level or two above them. So I'll hold them and I'll be like, oh, strong. And they'll just look at me and be like, shut up.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the Auden match, when you're breaking it down and you're looking into it, are you looking at it from more of a strength standpoint, or are you trying to get more technical? Like, obviously you're going to be working on both, but like, without exposing too much of a game plan, what are your focus points, if you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I'm not so worried about exposing a game plan necessarily. Auden's going to have me beat from a technical aspect, but in my opinion, that doesn't mean I should say fuck the technique and just go all strength. I think I need to cover as much ground as I can. And I think Auden is doing the same thing with me, but reversed. I think he's saying, yeah, even though James's strength is going to be much higher than mine, that doesn't mean I should just focus on technique because that's my strong point. I got to work on my strength to try to close that gap a little bit. So I think I'm trying to close the technique gap, and he's trying to close the strength gap. The biggest thing for me that I'm working on is setup. Just knowing what to do in the setup and I want to have 3 solid game plans. I think if I try to go for like 4 or 5 game plans, it's just going to get too much information overload. And if I only have 1 or 2, then I could, be in a bit of a sticky situation. So I think having 3 game plans where if this doesn't work, I try this. And if that doesn't work, I try this is good. And if none of those game plans work, then it's 6-0 Auden,
Well,
I see your biggest problem being the setup.
The setup, I agree 100%.
I was going to say, do you feel like you have Like, do you feel like he has any advantage inside the strap, or do you feel like you have a good game plan for out or and inside the strap?
No, I think strap helps me, and I also don't think he can stop me from getting to a strap. I don't think there's any way for him to stop me from getting to a strap. So, yeah, I mean, strap definitely helps me. But I mean, he likes strap too. I don't think he's gonna agree to go straight to strap because he's gonna want to try to fuck with my hand, and that's probably not gonna happen. I'm probably just gonna go limp until it's ref grip. Ref grip helps me as well.
Yeah.
If I just
Me
go
too.
up there and I'm like, oh, I'm really strong, I'm gonna try to grip up with him without ref grip. That's stupid. I'm not doing that, you know.
Yeah, even the
Um,
playing field.
yeah, it does even the playing field a bit, and there's ways you can try to get micrometers in ref grip, but it's really hard because you have referees feeling everything that happens, and especially if I'm gonna be there calling out everything that happens to the refs and saying he's doing this, he's doing that. So if it gets to ref grip, which it will, um, it's going to be a pretty even setup. And then
Yeah.
it'll flip, and then it'll go to strap, and it'll be a set grip and strap as well, I think. And yeah, I mean, I'm worried. The only thing I'm worried about really is the setup. If we get an even setup and I feel good, and he still just rips right through me, then I don't think I'm going to win a single round.
That's fair.
I
Your
always
hands looking
focus on the
thick though.
webbing.
Thick
Yeah, my
hands.
hands are getting kind of
Wow.
The
kind of
bottom part.
kind of
That
disgusting.
part.
Yeah. No, that's
Oh,
dope,
the
man.
pinky pad?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
have a thumb, but I don't have that. Yeah.
the pinky pad's thickening up. The thumb is
Yeah.
the thumb is what's thickening up on me.
Yeah.
Because I remember, Mika, I'm gonna fuck up his
From
last name. It's like,
California.
yeah,
Yeah.
Saccharilidze.
Yeah.
Because everyone was telling me to pull him because he has a very similar lever length to Auden, as well as hand size, as well as style. And he's pulled at Arm Wars before. Um, and every time he grips up with me, he just like winces and he's like, "Oh, I hate your hand." Just trying to, because he likes
Yeah.
being
Can't
able
get
to
around
wrap
it.
really far around,
Yeah.
but can't really do that. I mean, maybe with his pinky, because my thumb pad stops, so his pinky
Yeah.
can get around, but in terms of his middle and ring finger, he can't really get super far around the thumb pad.
The knuckle.
No, your
Yeah.
hand looks
So
thick though. It's good.
Yeah.
it's good, especially for a king's move as well, because you need to be able to crack someone's wrist back a little bit in a king's move. And if they're not able to get super far around your hand, I mean, I'm able to stop Mika with the king's move and crack his wrist back. So I definitely think that I will be able to with Auden. And I also see Auden's wrist giving sometimes. Granted, it's against Devin, and Devin's pronation is 10 times as strong as mine. But I do see that being something where he's practicing, continuing to push, even once his wrist starts to go a little bit.
He keeps his pronation a bit though. He
He
doesn't lose
keeps his
that.
pronation, which is, I'm not saying there's anything inherently
Oh
wrong.
no, I'm just pointing that out. So like,
Yeah,
maybe
it's and there's plenty of people that have been super successful with that style. There's people that can do the Todd roll and their wrist goes, but their pronation stays and they
Yeah.
can just go sideways.
they go all day with, as long as they have
Yeah.
Yeah.
That tends to be better with a shorter arm though. But still, if you've got the horsepower there, then it's not inherently an issue. Um, but it's good to see that wrist it's not indestructible.
Yeah, that's fair. How do you feel endurance wise?
Surprisingly, really good.
Yeah.
Here's the weird thing. Here's what's really weird. I walked upstairs today and I got to the top of the stairs and I was breathing hard and I'm like, fuck, I'm kind of getting like I'm kind of obese. But on the table, I don't I don't feel any endurance issues at all on the table. And I guess it's from this prep, just because I've been pulling and training so much that my right arm is just used to going and going and going and going. But in terms of that like heavy labored breathing and just feeling exhausted, that doesn't happen with arm wrestling. just stairs, just going upstairs. That's it.
Good thing.
That's the
Hopefully, the stage is only
Mm.
3 or 4 stairs. That's
Yeah.
that's
right.
that's the goal here.
Yeah, imagine the stage is up on a big. Oh, you got to walk up a staircase to get there. I'll be getting
Like,
up,
oh
winded,
no.
out of breath. Yeah, dude. No, so I don't know. My endurance feels really good. Um, and what's really good news to me is that my pump has been going away recently. So when I first started prep, I remember reaching out to everyone being like, how do I avoid getting pumped up? Because I'm doing these exercises and I'm getting fucking so pumped by like the second exercise or even like the second or third set of the first exercise. And luckily I still maintain a good amount of my strength when I'm pumped, but obviously strength takes a bit of a hit, especially when your forearm flexor is like a rock. Like I'm sure you felt that before.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This just feels like it's hard to the touch. It almost feels like a bone.
Yes.
And it's very hard to get a full cup like this
Mhm.
when you're pumped like that. But I mean, I just trained, I just got back from the gym 20 minutes ago and no pump at all. I'm able to cut fully. And even I filmed today, and even while I was doing my exercises, I was telling the camera, I'm 10 sets in, and I have very little pump right now, which is great. That's really good news for me, because that's what I was worried about is like being super strong in that first round. And then second round, I walk up and I'm just like immobile and can't move.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're going at the prep all the right ways. I mean, Lachlan is one of the best guys to talk to, right? And it's nice to hear that you have someone like that coaching you because we all know Auden's got Devin, right? So it makes the stakes a little higher, it brings more people in. So no, that's
Yeah.
really good. Tracking back from the Auden match a little bit, but just in general, what like got you into the arm wrestling scene? Like, because I know you've been lifting, but what kind of
What got
got
me
you?
like,
That's a good question.
yeah, like into arm wrestling in the first place?
Yeah.
Dude, you could probably guess it, but quarantine, COVID,
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the way
yeah,
like
that's
90% of arm wrestlers nowadays got into it.
me.
Uh, it was like the best thing for arm wrestling
oh yeah.
it was WAL. I can't remember the very first video I ever watched, but one of the first videos I ever watched was Matt Mask versus Devin, WAL.
Yeah.
Where, at the end, Matt Mask is like, don't fucking touch me. I'm
Yeah.
like, this is great. And what's funny,
Okay.
because you train with him, I actually used to hate Matt Mask. I thought he was like the heel. I thought he was like the bad guy that no one likes.
Oh yeah.
And it
That's
was
the
just
best
because of that
guy.
one Devin match. And now he's gone from being, someone I didn't like to being like one of my top three favorite arm wrestlers because I've seen him in so much more stuff and I follow him personally and I'm like, oh, this guy's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
when I
is.
first ever saw him WAL, I'm like, this guy sucks.
Have
And
you met him before?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
I'm
so you'll
super
meet him
excited
in
to do it.
Florida.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's such a great dude. Like, I just drove to Montana with him on Saturday. We went and did a practice thing down there. So I was with him for like 18 hours of the day. Great dude. I could sit there and chat with him all day. Like, we're pretty
Yeah.
close outside of the sport and everything. So no, it's glad to hear that you're a fan of him. He'll be excited to meet you. So
Dude, he's like extra Canadian. Out of all the Canadians I've ever met, he's like extra Canadian. But
100%.
yeah, he just seems like a cool guy to hang out with. But yeah, anyway, so how I got into it, just WAL, quarantine, seeing the Devin versus Matt, Devin versus Dave Chafee. Once you see one, you kind of start going on that binge. And I saw all these matches and then learn who John Brzenk is and watch all his matches. And one thing leads to another. But for a very long time, that's all I was. I just kind of watched it and I would occasionally do like wrist curls at the gym. But I didn't know anyone else that did it. I didn't know where to find anyone else that did it. I didn't know how to find a club or anything like that. So it was just something that I thought was cool and watched. But then once I moved to Houston, um, my friend there was pretty big into arm wrestling and he drove all the way across Houston to lift with me, to
oh,
pit with me. And he
wow.
taught me ropes because he knew what he was doing. So he'd seen me on Instagram, he'd seen me um I don't know, just be interested in arm wrestling or mention it or something. And yeah, he brought his table out and everything. It was great.
That's
awesome.
sweet, man.
Yeah.
You're obviously quite a big influencer. You have a great amount of following behind you, which good for you, man. Anytime I see someone with that amount of following, like I know the amount it takes to earn that. So first off, I just want to say that's awesome.
Thank
But
you.
with that being said, I'm sure you get to hang out with influencers and stuff that maybe not anybody else gets to very often or talk to. In that kind of small circle, is there a like in the lifting circle, I would say, is there more talk in arm wrestling than like a normal person would think? Or is it pretty still low key there? Or is it brought up? Like I'm just kind of curious and
With like bodybuilding,
yeah,
it's becoming way more common.
yeah.
Definitely. I would say Larry Wheels was a big driver of that, as well as like you had Juji Mufu, Larry Wheels. I don't know how they initially got into it. I know Larry Wheels said he lost to a girl, and
He
that was
lost to
like,
Gabby, man. Not
yeah.
not just any girl, bro. He's
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just saying from his words, he was like,
oh,
the day I lost to a girl, I realized I need to fucking take this seriously. Yeah, but because of people like Larry, because of people like Juji Mufu, and there's plenty of others. I mean, now you got Brian Shaw getting into it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. And you got a lot of people talking about it. And even when I go to the gym now, I go to Young LA Gym, which is a private gym, but there's a ton of people that go there. And I've walked in, I have my arm wrestling table there. I kind of donated it to the gym, expecting no one would use it. But there's been plenty of times I've walked in and there's people on it fucking around and filming it and stuff.
yeah.
So I think everyone, whether you're into fitness or not, but especially if you are into fitness, you're curious. How are you gonna pair up against your friend arm wrestling? It's like the most primordial
Yeah.
strength test ever. And Angan Terzi talked about it, and he made a good point. He's like, if you go into any middle school, high school, anywhere, and you ask one of the kids, tell me who's the best arm wrestler, everyone knows who it is. They've got like a ranking system, you know? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
everyone likes arm wrestling. It's just, I don't think people realize like how dynamic and technical it is and how big it's getting. So they just think it's just this fun thing you do, but it's not actually a legit sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
But
got
it's
Auden in the
definitely
chat.
it's talked about more than you probably think. Um, and once it's brought up, like if I'm in a group of people and someone mentions that I do arm wrestling as well, and then they ask me like, "Oh, do you actually do it? Like you take it seriously?" They're kind of a little surprised at first, but as soon as I say, "Yeah, no, I take it seriously," they ask a million questions about it and they're super interested in it. And 5 minutes later, I'm pulling up videos of like Levon Sagnashvili and
Yeah.
showing like.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, yeah, because I saw like Larry had the Trend Twins arm wrestling at some point, and just like it's fun to see content like that because that brings people who maybe are just like fans of them, or like someone who's maybe just a fan of you but not a fan of arm wrestling, and then that crossover happens, and it just
Mhm.
constantly makes the sport more and more popular. And I really like your point with Angan too, because like Angan said, he's like if you look at the world from a whole, more people have arm wrestled than hit a baseball or caught a football or things like that.
100%.
And
100%.
he's totally right. And he's like, if we get the right people into it and we publicize it the right way, we can create a sport that can be done anywhere. As long as it's done safely and people know what they're doing, it's
Mhm.
something that you can film more content because you need less items to do it. I just need a table and a camera and I can film arm wrestling matches. Dude, I
Yeah.
see it on Facebook all the time. Like I'll be scrolling and then all of a sudden there's like something that's like in India in like this basement and there's guys like laying on the floor, like just going at each other
I
for
know
absolutely
exactly what you're talking about, dude. I'll see it too, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it'll have like 18 million views, and I'm like, holy shit, bro.
Totally.
Auden
That's what I
just
The
mean.
commented.
entire fucking country of India has seen that video,
You
dude.
guys see that?
Yeah, it's like
Auden,
Wait,
yeah,
what was
it's like
that?
Auden just commented. Yeah, he's commenting.
Oh,
what do you
really?
say?
Another 5'9" guy. What am I thinking? What else is he? Yeah, he's going off anyway. You can read it.
That's okay. I don't have the chat pulled up. Listen, all I gotta say, Auden, is you can't lose to a little short, stubby bodybuilder, especially with that family name, Larratt. It's not just Auden Smith. It's not Auden whatever. It's Auden Larratt. And for a fucking bodybuilder to come in and beat you, that would be awful. I hope you sleep well the night before the match because you wouldn't want to lose. You would not want to lose. That would be very bad. For me, it's nothing. If I lose 6-0, it's fine. I'm doing this. It's not even my sport. But for you,
He says
buddy,
I'm gonna crack your big wrist.
oh yeah, okay. You better have a good inside game. That's all I'll say. But I know he does. Look, to be fair, I
Yeah.
actually do know Auden has a good inside game. But I think that's probably where it's gonna go.
Gonna be awesome. It'll be
Dude,
great.
it's so hype. I like the hype you guys
Look,
are
all I'm
building.
saying is if Mika can't crack my wrist, even when I tell Mika, and every time I do a ready go with him, I say, listen, fuck me over as hard as you can in the setup. I want you to supinate and fucking kick your wrist back and do all this bullshit because I want to see how I can counter it. I want to practice. But also, I want you to have a little bit of height. I want you to have those millimeters that Auden is praying he gets in the setup. And he gets it. Mika gets it. And then ready, go. And he tries to top roll, pull back, tries low hand, high hand. Doesn't work. Last time we pulled, yeah, he went for it hard. And then he said, oh, he takes the wrist. And he just relinquished. Granted, this was left arm. So I don't, I want to give Mika credit where credit is due. I know his right is better. And he can't really pull hard with me right because of a UCL injury. But I mean, his left is pretty good. He's competed at arm wars with his left arm.
Well, he's good.
And I know my right is miles better than my left. And even on my left, I'm able to contain his top roll. And I just don't see Auden having that much of a better top roll than Mika, who's a top roller, who's 35 and has dad strength and has been doing this forever. I don't know. I just don't see it. But maybe anything's possible.
And you're 24, right?
Yeah.
24 years old. Nice. Yeah, so a lot of potential there too. So to kind of carry on from that, like how far do you see yourself going with this? Like, are you just in it to like have a few fun matches here and there and kind of like, no, I'm not going to say a side hobby because you have to commit to it, but like, do you want to see what you can do with it, or are you just kind of jumping in kind of when just having fun with it? You know what I mean?
I'm just going with the flow right now. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not training hard. I mean, obviously for this, I'm training my fucking dick off, but like for after this, I'm still going to train arm wrestling for sure. I'm just not going to do, right now I'm doing 3 really hard workouts a week plus 1 table time per week. So that's 4 days a week. Like I probably won't be doing that when I'm bodybuilding hard.
I got a pretty good question for you.
What's up?
So one thing Auden said when he was on the pod is he said that because of your influence in bodybuilding and everything, that you're not going to be willing to put it all on the line in your match. He says that you're afraid of injury. Is there any
Of an injury?
Yeah, like would it hamper your body?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's
It's not even something that matters to you. No.
No, it matters. Yeah, it matters. That's not far-fetched, but also that doesn't mean I'm not willing to risk it for the biscuit. Like I'm still to get in some ugly positions, but if for whatever reason Auden gets me out here and I'm trying to press, with a flopped wrist, the risk to reward isn't there because there is no reward. I'm not winning that match. If I'm like this pressing down to the pad, I can either keep pushing just so I can tell people I have heart, or I can just give up and let it go because that's where it's going anyway. If he gets me like this, I'm fucking lost already. He wants me to keep pushing so that I burn out, but like you're not winning from this position unless you're Jerry Cadorette. Like you're just not going to win from there. So, no, like I'm willing to risk it, and even going into a match at this level is obviously risking it. Like all my bodybuilder, well, not all my bodybuilder friends, but like my bodybuilding coach, he thinks it's stupid. He thinks I shouldn't do it. I'm risking injury, and I am. Just because you don't break your arm doesn't mean you don't get injured. You can tear a muscle, you can tear a ligament, you can tear a tendon, you can get a bad strain, you can get tendonitis that doesn't go away for weeks. So no, I'm willing to do all that. I would like to not break my arm.
No,
I don't think I'm going to, just the way that I pull. If you're in an arm break position, you're normally losing anyway. And you would have to be stupid to continue pushing that hard in an arm breaky losing position, I think the way I'm gonna go 100%, but I'm not gonna be in that position where like
no, I just bring it up because it was one of the main factors that he brought up in your match, that he thinks that might be a huge advantage to him. that you would be more conservative, in your pulling style.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree.
I mean, that's a crappy thing to bank on, really, because once you're in the
I was
match and
gonna say
your
that
testosterone's
that kind of
going,
makes him sound a little bit desperate. I don't know exactly what the wording was, but if he's just hoping that I get injured, then he's already lost. But I don't think that's there's probably more context.
Yeah, to kind of jump on context from that, like when he was on, it wasn't like him banking on you not be wanting to pull 100%, but it was more or less him saying that he feels if it goes to deep waters and you maybe might hit a point where you're like risk versus reward and you might weigh it out.
Mhm.
I think he knows you're coming in 100%, and I think just like him, you're both going to put it all out there and it's going to be a great match. But that was definitely something that was said, and so it's nice that you kind of cleared it up a little bit, just because like we all know you're going for, like, you wouldn't be putting in this amount of time when you could be chasing other endeavors if you weren't going 100%, right? So
Yeah. Put it this way, I think of Devin Larratt's style or Vitaly Laletin's style. They're willing to put everything on the line, but I still can confidently say they are never going to break their arm. Maybe Devin's style back in 2010, back when he would do a defensive hook and sometimes
yeah,
get the run out of his shoulder. But with his current outside style, he is just, that's never going to happen. The worst injury he's going to get is a torn muscle, which happened against Levant.
yeah.
That was an intramuscular tear. So it's like you can be willing to put it all on the line and still not be worried about an arm break, you know? I just don't see myself going for a defensive hook against Auden. But also, if I do, I mean, I've done a defensive hook before, and it used to be like my main style until I realized that it is pretty inefficient and also just like it just puts so much strain on your ligaments and tendons that I think in the long run, you just don't get as strong. Because if you pull in a defensive hook, if you go to practice and that's your only fucking style, then you're just out of commission forever. You know, you're out of commission for so long because it's so much strain on your connective tissue that I just don't think long term it's a good strategy. I think it's something good to practice and train so that if you need it when it really matters, you have it. But that used to be the only thing I knew how to do. I knew how to either press, and if my press didn't work, then I could hold a defensive hook, kind of like almost like a defensive press. I could just hold it. But
Well,
yeah,
your
I don't.
press used to look pretty good. I watched your first tournament that you put up, and it was
Yeah, yeah. And
pressing.
so in
You
a
were pressing
tournament
like a
for
madman that day.
in a tournament format, I do press a lot because in a tournament you want to finish people as quickly as possible, and you don't really know who you're going up against, so you kind of just use your ace move.
Mhm.
But in a super match, it's different. You don't want, at least I don't want to just press right off the bat every time unless I feel like that's a lane that works. Like if I try to do something else and it doesn't feel good, and then the next round I press and I pin him, then yeah, the round after that, I'm going to do the same fucking thing. Right. But it's just, I don't think it's what I want to start off with. But
Well,
yeah.
your hand's looking big, so I'd imagine I wouldn't want to start off in a press either.
So how you were talking about your left compared to your right? What percentage would you say your right is, like, or like if your right's 100%, what percentage would your left be? Like 60, like
No, so when I think of like percentage, why I don't think anyone's left is actually 60% of their right. Unless you're like Oleg Jacques or whatever
yeah.
his last. Yeah.
Okay.
I think if you have a genetic anomaly, then sure. But anyone who like I don't think Devin did pumpkin training on his right arm. I still think his left was like 85% of his right. It's just the way your body works. And this has been proven. If you train one side, the other side grows and gets stronger as well. And this is why I'm sure you guys have heard if you ever like get injured, like let's say you break your left arm, you should still train your right arm because it will actually prevent atrophy in your left arm.
When I broke my collarbone, I kept training the right side, and my left side stayed almost the same.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just it's like a something that evolution has figured out And it's in our genetic code that our body kind of realizes if he's using this side, he's probably going to need this side too. So it grows both. Anyway, long rant, but my point is I think my left is probably like 90% as good as my right. And I think that's actually a pretty big gap.
Yeah. No, 10% is a lot.
10% is
A lot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when I say that, I'm talking, it's hard to quantify table strength. So I'm just talking about lift strength. Like sometimes I think my left is equal with my right, but then a few days ago I was at the gym and I was doing like the full stack plus a bunch of added weight doing like containment on my right. And it was pretty easy. It was relatively easy. And I'm like, I wonder if can I even do this with my left for like half a second? And I couldn't even move it off the stack,
Mm.
you know? So I'm like, holy shit, my right is way stronger. It just, the left feels healthier because I really only do table time with my left. You could say it's like my party arm. And so I do table time with it, and for that reason, every time I go into practice, it always feels 100% in terms of being recovered and having no pain, having no soreness. It always just feels fresh. And that's why sometimes during practice, I'm like, oh, maybe my left is like as strong as my right. But it's just the fact that my right is being trained so much more. And once I cut out training and I peak, once my right feels as healthy as my left feels, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm hyped
Yeah.
for it.
You got stem cells recently too, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And how are those?
Oh, hold on, guys. Let me check my DoorDash was dropped off. Can you give me 1 second? I just got a burger.
Yeah, no worries.
Just
Yeah,
stay-
well, just because in general, I know like stem cells, I've heard nothing but great things. So I'm just curious on how he feels about that, and then kind of whatever questions you guys have, and then we can let him go. To be honest, I think he's covered this pretty well, and don't want to keep him for too long. And I guess we've been on for like almost 2.5 now. So
Yeah.
for sure, DoorDash is here.
Yeah.
Nice to know that famous people get DoorDash too. Hey,
We got
Not
Skip
famous.
Sessions here.
I'm just
Yeah.
well known.
I'd
only-
argue you're famous.
I'm only famous if I walk into an LA Fitness. Then I'm famous. But outside of a gym setting, not much. But yeah, I got stem cells not last Friday, but the Friday before, so it's been a good amount of time. Dude, those things are fucking magic. Those things are magic. I got them like 2 years ago. I had an adductor, which is like your inner thigh. I had a tear there, and I also had a nagging pec injury. And I remember I got them done, but I didn't feel comfortable promoting them because it didn't fix my adductor. It only fixed my pec, and it took a few months to fix my pec. But it turns out the reason for that is because my adductor was 90% torn. So it was literally, you have a tendon this thick. It was hanging on by like this much of a thread. So it's not really fair for me to say that it didn't work. So I went and got it. I kind of trialed it again. I got it done in my flexor carpi ulnaris, which is right next to the ulna. And it's kind of responsible for like low cup. And you also use it a lot in a King's move. And then I also got my elbow done just to make sure I'm able to fully apply all the side pressure I want. And this was really bugging me. This flexor carpi ulnaris was really bugging me. I couldn't flex past here without feeling significant pain. I thought maybe I'd actually injured it. I'd been telling myself for a while that like, oh, it's just tendonitis. But then it was like really bad. And I'm like, okay, I think I actually fucking injured this. And I didn't even want to say it publicly because I didn't want to seem like I was making excuses before the match. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna like I'm gonna pretend this doesn't exist, but I'm gonna go fly to Vegas and get some stem cells right into it. Dude, it is painless. Painless.
2 weeks.
It's crazy how that works. It's just crazy. I was doing low hand containment, so really like a lot of ring and pinky with it's the complete hand control like arm
Oh
attachment.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I was
Cupping
tilting it up this way, or no. Yeah, I was tilting it up this way. So the way that it pulled was a lot on my bottom two fingers, which you would think if you have an injury here, that's gonna bug the fuck out of it. Dude, I did 125 pounds on that for 4 sets, no pain. It like I'm shocked. I'm shocked at how well it worked.
I've been
And
thinking of
and
getting
my
it done.
elbow too. Like I would train side pressure and I'd do it at practice, but after each round I'd kind of be like, is my UCL good? Like, is my elbow good? Now I can just go up full stack, straight sideways, no pain. It's
This
fucking
is 2 weeks,
crazy.
you're saying.
Yeah, less than two
Wow.
weeks. It's been
So,
like 10, 11 days, something like that.
so you
Damn.
started noticing it right away that it was getting better.
I noticed it the night of, but I think that might have been placebo. I just kind
Yeah.
of like, oh, my forearm
Yeah.
feels a little bit better. And then for about 2 or 3 days, it was sore, which it was normal. You get sore after stem cells, but then by like the fourth or fifth day, I'm like, wow, this is really starting to feel good. And then today I walked in the gym and I realized I had completely forgotten about it because it's so painless, you know?
That's
And I went up
perfect,
to the
man.
stack and like halfway through the workout, I realized, dude, that thing I thought was an injury is just gone. It's just gone. So
Yeah.
I'm going to continue using BPC and TB 500 daily up until the match just to make sure everything stays intact. So there's no reason not to use it, but I don't really even think I need it at this point.
Yeah, fair enough,
I want to
man.
try that out too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Is that
good.
effective? The 157
Yeah, the 157. I mean, I think you should use them together, the TB
together?
500
Yeah.
and the 157, the BPC 157.
Yeah.
I guess it can get a little pricey, but it beats getting surgery. And I know someone at practice that has no dog in the fight. Like he's not sponsored or anything. He has no reason to lie. And he told me that he had been having a problem in like his rotator cuff for 9 months. And then he ran 6 weeks of daily injections right into the muscle with a mixture of BPC and TB 500. And he said
Okay.
it fixed it completely. And that was a
Okay.
that was a 9 month injury.
Oh, and the
Wow.
500, he's putting it directly in the 500. I was told you can put that, you can actually just do that subcutaneous or whatever.
You can. I've been told you can do it sub Q as well. And I do with certain, like if there's no muscle in the UCL, right? It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
skin and
Just,
ligament. So I just do it in my fat there.
yeah.
But if you do have a muscular injury,
It's
it
better to
works
go right.
intramuscular, and I feel like there's no reason not to do it. You're forcing it right into the spot, right into the problem area, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Mine's in the brack, right here.
Yeah, a lot of
Or,
people get it. A lot of people get it in here. I do
yeah, that's me.
that would be perfect because that's a big meaty muscle, and you
Yeah.
can just go right
Oh,
into it.
okay. Cool.
Cool.
Thanks. Yeah.
Well,
And plus,
James.
the needles are like this big.
Yeah, they're just like the insulin
They're
ones.
yeah, they're tiny. So people are like, "Oh, I'm scared of needles."
Yeah.
I am too, but these
Yeah.
needles are like nothing, bro. It's like a
Yeah.
mosquito bite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Perfect. Well, James, we'll let you eat your DoorDash, man. I appreciate you coming on. Give us one final prediction quick of your match.
Oh shit. Come on, man. I think fuck. Dude, I can't be the guy to say 50-50. I can't be that guy to say 50.
Okay, yeah, you don't gotta say it. It's all good.
It's just I don't really know where Auden's at. I haven't felt him. Everyone that pulls me gasses me up and they say, I don't know how Auden's gonna be able to handle that. I just don't see him having the strength and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
But I think those same people, if they pulled Auden, they would probably say, I don't know how James is gonna handle that. That's just, like it's
Right.
your natural tendency to kind of gas up the person that you're pulling.
yeah,
So I don't know. I think it's gonna be really hard. I don't think I don't think that I'm gonna steamroll him 6-0. Um, I don't think that the match is going to start and I'm just going to be like, oh, this is easy. I do think there's a potential for him to steamroll me 6-0. I hope that doesn't happen. I just think that it's going to be a long, difficult fight. I think
yeah,
there's going to be some King's move action, there's some flop press action, and we're both going to be pretty beat up afterwards. I would have been willing to do both arms with him just because it's like I'm flying out to Orlando and, I don't really get to do super matches often. This is my first one ever. So
yeah.
I would have been cool with doing both arms, but I don't think I think it's injured or something, or he tore a ligament or something like that. I can't remember what.
Yeah. Fair enough, man. Well, once again, we appreciate you coming
Yeah.
on.
Thanks.
I'll get to meet you in Orlando, so I'm super hyped for that, and we'll keep in touch for sure, man. But Yeah, give us one flex for the thumbnail.
A
And then,
forearm or bicep?
Whatever you want, man, and then we'll all just
Dude,
flex.
I'm a
it.
bodybuilder.
I am.
All right, perfect, man. Well, enjoy your DoorDash, and once again, thanks for coming on, and
Yeah,
we'll
thanks,
see you
Sean.
later, man. And good luck, eh?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks,
Thanks
man.
for
No
letting me
problem.
rant for an hour
Awesome.
straight.
Yeah.
No worries, man.
Okay, man. Well, everybody
All right.
have a good night.
Yeah.
You too, guys.